Could be a great time to rip it in.
She does find it. That is sick.
Beautiful.
In your face.
In your face. Speaking of face, Tran is going to try to save some. We'll ask for a count.
I didn't know where you were going with speaking of face. I was on tenterhooks as to what was coming next. He is going to try to save some. Well said. Posturing and Hollywooding. And understandable. Never calling this.
Love to see her just put it on the line. Come back over the top, 4-bet, rip it in. You know, and I think it's a great player to do it against, as we did see him open 3x with the ace-queen in the cutoff, get jammed for 10 big blinds on the button, and agonize over calling the ace-queen. So she is paying quite a bit of attention at this table, you know, despite the fun antics. Hello and welcome back, folks, to those of you joining our second stream, as this has gone over 12 hours. And we would like to save the stream VODs, as I know a lot of you aren't able to watch this until a later time.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing that, splitting the stream up for that exact reason, Sam. And I really do hope for those of us who are joining late, go back and rewind and watch this hand to get a better sense of what gear Niranut come in with after the break. So I'll dig a little bit deeper about the portion that I missed. Alan Mong has been on the quieter side ever since I've stepped into the booth. Playing his ranges, card distribution has a lot to do with it. I'm sure ICM as well, but how do you think he's been approaching the final 9?
It's tough. Like, everyone here has such a different style that there are a lot of different players to adjust to, and I think with the table being a little bit on the looser side, I think the right play is just to tighten up a little bit. I think you're going to be able to get quite a few ladders. Just relax, take it easy, and here we go. We got pocket queens.
Yeah, it's against Tran, who just kind of got owned a little bit, and this time he has the ace-jack. I mean, is there a world where he's just had enough? Once again, getting 3x'd. Same size he deployed with the queen-jack off. I mean, again, 20 bigs, right? I wouldn't blame him. Got off open. He understands his own image. He might not be top of range, but he's pretty high up in his range. His fellow Vietnamese has just 3x'd it. And these two have a pretty good sense of how each other has been playing. He just lets it go. That's 2 in a row, though. You can see the pain, especially at having folded a hand as strong as ace-jack. Following up. No need for the 25Ks anymore. Quite a couple of hands since we got that from the break. To welcome viewers back. I'm sure we'll be climbing back to where we were in terms of numbers, but also those in chat. Chat Pro 67 and V Catty. 3 off, cannot play. 6-4 off, surely not. And Anderson has to let the ace-6 go. Now the ICM is on steroids with the blinds this high, 1 short stack.
Wow, King 10 just releases from Allen.
Like you said, Sam, when you can sit back and make tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes it's the right thing to do. Got to keep the end in sight, though. Over 200K on offer. And the Mega Lion. And the APT Championship Main event ticket. Jack 3 is an easy pitch, as is the 10-6. Now, you and I were in the booth and discussing this. The more I see Win play, the more I'm convinced it is a Patek.
Sorry, say it again. I missed that.
His watch, we were discussing which brand it might be. Now that we've seen him navigate, I'm convinced it's a Patek. I think this man rocks a Patek.
I mean, he's not too far. We could just go take a peek.
Yeah, but then we get spoiled.
We do. I think it is, though.
30 minutes ahead. If he wins, we'll ask him. If he doesn't, the action tends to be wrapped up by the time we're out. You and I will exit into the confetti and some leftover champagne.
Nothing better than warm champagne, is it? Is there, Vidur?
Warm, discarded champagne. Did see 5 glasses yesterday, by the way, and I was tempted. Pockets freeze. Good discipline. 7-handed with the brutal ICM of Anderson's stack. You want at least an ace blocker instead of the tiny pairs. Same applies to the deuces on the button for Renee. We're just grinding the ladder, it seems like. King 10 fold, pocket deuces on the button.
Yeah, 2 short stacks as well. To his right.
This is just ripe for Ritwik. 2 short stacks means he can apply all the pressure in the world. Now that Niranut has climbed, he's going to save any shenanigans for post-flop. These two have become quite friendly over the course of the last couple of levels. The inbuilt mask in the hoodie is up. Have you ever seen that before? Ritwik's attire? This has got to be some poker-oriented clothing, right?
Maybe.
Or maybe for Canadian temperatures? I don't know.
Okay.
Protect from wind chill? What's the actual use of this? Because he's certainly converted it into perfect poker, Vogelsang-like attire.
He has, yeah. Vogelsang's also got a similar one.
Oh, does he?
It's not a zipper, though.
It's not a zipper. I know the Vogelsang hoodie.
Maybe it's for skiing.
Gotcha. Well, if he ships this, it's going to be a signature look, I'll tell you that. Where's the Indian rail, by the way? Any Ritwik fans? Announce yourself in chat. Let's have some tribalism. Thailand, India, Vietnam. Certainly expect boisterous rails in the chat. It's funny because Renee is usually in our chat. So, wondering who else out there is supporting Renee? No doubt, friends and family watching. It's got to be about 4 p.m. German time, something like that.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, 4 p.m. on a Sunday, pretty pleasant.
I do remember we had some of Renee's family in the chat during his main event win, telling us that he was quite a fierce competitor at the their board game night.
Ah, that's right. It's all coming back to me. Well, King Jack hit the muck from the small blind. Good discipline once again, ICM. With the extremely studied. Pocket fives come along. Favorable flop, all things considered. Quick donk. Not waiting for the C bet. Could allow Win to get away, although it is standard play to just call in position with the ace-queen. Getting offered direct odds in case he can get to the river.
Well, there you are, Vidur. After you mention it, you see some support for Renee as well as the Indian rail. Fives taking a highly unorthodox line versus the under the gun open. Donk into the double barrel, just 500K. Gets called once again. River, 10 of spades.
And a quick check. This hand has extracted value from basically the next worst hand in the form of the ace-queen. Just a couple of pips off, and
Love it.
not letting him have it. Not to mention the body language on the check. His hand, which is to say Chan's hand, just screams low pocket pair, maybe a 9. That should be now worried about the 10.
Worried about aces as well. You know, maybe kings. There are some queen, jack of hearts. Yeah, there's just a lot. Really put himself into a rough spot, and he does make the fold. Win up to 9.3 million in chips with that pickup. And the speed at which he jammed the river too really makes you think he's quite strong. You know, you think if he's got the ace high, he'll take a little bit to think, does he need to jam or not? But just sent it.
Love that. Sent it. Usually when you jam quickly, you're trying to get your opponent to just quickly make a call. So we're functioning on the second level here, which is very impressive. And I think Chan got carried away by the moment there. Forgot about the ICM pressure that could be applied to himself as a shorter stack at any moment. Still all smiles though. Maybe checking in on the hand after the fact with his fellow countrymen. Did see stacks there. Obviously, Mikhail's three big blind stack has been the factor driving a lot of the action so far. 9.3 for Mong. Yeah, the rail not disappointing. Chiggy in chat says Ritvik fan for life. COVID says LFG Ritvik. Oh, we have Shan in chat saying I'm supporting Renee. Are you allowed to do that, Shan? Maybe the slightest of conflicts of interest for our friend and colleague Shan. But you know what? The series is technically almost over. He's allowed to support whoever he wants. Nico Engel says always Renee. And the RVR, which, mind you, is one of the coolest acronyms you can have for a name. Or initials, maybe would be the right word. Renee von Redden. Getting a lot of love. King 3 off. Not too much. Don't forget about Mikhail's stack. Queen 9 suited will engage.
So Vidur, you mentioned Ritwik was online player, now transitioning into the live scene. And let's hold up for a second because Mikhail has posted most of his stack in the middle, makes the call at 10 deuce. Looks like he did so blind.
Well, 2 live ones. Unfortunate that the diamonds are covered.
PocketKyles players in the high rollers. We do
Off
have
we
an
go.
all-in call. Michael Anderson with 10 deuce of diamonds versus Ritwik with Queen 9 of diamonds. Michael Anderson is all in at risk. Can we see the flop, please? Flops, 3 of spades, 8 of diamonds, ace of diamonds. Both player has the flush draw. Turns the 3 of hearts. To the river. River, the 6 of hearts. We do leave Michael Anderson in 7th place.
Well, there we have it. Mikhail Anderson, what a fantastic run and what an amazing presence at our table and really indeed any table he finds himself on. Great way to finish the series, no doubt. It's always going to be a so close yet so far situation. Became the chip leader towards the start of the day and maintained it for a long time before inching his way into the final table. So Ritwik picks up his 3 bigs. Oh, I just heard some banter. I may have some insight on Sam.
Go on.
So Ritwik asks Renee, you wanted 5th, right? And says it's the same for him. Getting 5th place is break even for the entire series for both Renee and Ritwik.
Oh, no kidding, for both of them.
So they're on the break even bubble. So wait, could you look up what 5th place is good for? Let's see what they fired this series.
63,000.
Really now?
Seems about right. I think about 50K a series seems around there.
Certainly higher than I expected, considering Ritwik doesn't really play the 10Ks.
Yeah. Well, neither does Renee. But 50K seems about right for about a 5K cap on your buy-in across a 10-day series.
Or, you know, a 3K cap, but infinite bullets. Depends how you approach the game.
Yep.
That's quite a break even, I gotta say.
No kidding.
Well, chip lead, which Ritwik is now confirming. 8 versus 9. Million, that is. 100K for a starting stack, so not good at the zeros. 90 starting stacks, 80 starting stacks, 80 souls.
Yep.
Shinfish in chat says 10 deuce suited, why all in? It's because 2/3 of his stack was all in blind. He was on the big blind. So the tiny stack is now out, and Renee will take the spot. Think back to when we saw him do this on his main event final table. Loves going after the chip leader, loves taking the 3-bet jam spots from the blinds. And look at this, it's going to work. Win wants to know if he's somehow just priced in, but the answer is going to be no. So in this case, did we have a dead button, Sam?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is basically a button open with the 10-8 suited. And Renee not letting him have it. Man, we've seen a lot of King Little suited 3-bets and jams.
Yeah, so sorry, going back to Ritwik, said he started off online, moving to the live scene. That seems to be a very common trend in India. Is that?
Yeah, I'd argue mainly driven by the regulation, tougher and tougher to play online, but there are some avenues, certainly. More so the idea of building a bankroll, you know, graduating to the Asia circuit, finding perhaps APT is irresistible. This is his first APT, and certainly his first visit to Taipei. That's quite an outcome. But as it turns out, from the insider information, I actually heard Renee talk about it to Ritwik. Maybe on the final 2 tables. So long ago, they were discussing our 5th place of the break-even.
Yeah.
Now they're both on the verge of it. But yeah, kind of goes to show, even thinking back to Walter yesterday, how make or break just one event can be, right? I mean, if 5th is a break-even, let's just say 40K in bullets or something like that. So close to going back home with a negative version of that to show. And now on the verge of converting it into maybe 200K.
It could Yeah, 200K, they're not far away. 5 players remain in the way. Yeah, so Vidur, a 33% chance that we see our first second Mega Lion winner.
That's right.
Now, you were saying EPT took over 100 series for their main event. Is that considered to be the most coveted trophy in poker right now, the EPT main?
More than the APT main? We'll put that aside.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of main events, yeah, I mean, not counting bracelets, that's got to be up there. Certainly in terms of prize pools and player pools as well. I mean, the era Neil was talking about was a long time ago. The person who actually won after 100 events was Vicky Corin Mitchell. Are you aware of her?
No.
She's actually a British presenter, writer. She's kind of multi-talented. She's married to David Mitchell from Would I Lie to You, for reference.
Who's that?
The other host on Would I Lie to You, a panel show. But the point is she's not a full-time poker professional by any means. Was just always good at poker, played a lot of TV poker. So it was kind of in that era where the player pools and the prizes were getting so big that it kind of felt like somebody winning the WSOP main twice, and yet it kind of happened. Maybe not as big in terms of numbers, but close enough.
A lot of blind-on-blind action between these two. Niranut's had it. She will call this time, facing the ISO.
This is quite surprising. Bit out of character from how she's approached the game thus far. King Deuce 4, advantage Ritvik, pre-flop aggressor, has the best hand. He knows it's a flop. He can pretty much always continuation bet. Quite a stare down from Niranut, by the way. No more friendliness, at least in the middle of the hand. He's cost her 750K in chips already. I mean, the amount of experience Ritvik has, this is just really tough to play against. Niranut has to just minimize losses and wait for a hand. He shows it, maintains the friendliness. But no friendly response this time, I noticed. The three big blinds do hurt. Okay, Ritvik peacocking his chips, the plaques, just for the count. Every 2 is 1 million. Oh, pardon me, are they the 250Ks?
500s.
500s, right.
And the reds will be the 1 million. I don't think we'll see them this tournament. I do like seeing them on our social media posts in the National Cup, as with more runners than our main event. There are a lot of plaques on that final table.
Yeah. Take a quick glance if you haven't, folks. Top left, 6th place, nearly 50K USD. 6th place, that is. And then 5th place takes you for another 15K more as we climb up to 208. Juan has a kind of stack that can open deuces UTG, now that we're 6-handed. He's putting pressure on Chan's big blind, who has woken up with ace-9, which is mighty strong. He's posted 500K, 2.5 behind, so exactly 10 bigs. Needs to put this together. The fact that Ritvik was in the small and he was on the big, and that Win has plenty of chips, should mean his range is wider than usual. The only stack that he's worried about was in the small blind, the worst position to come along. And one of the shortest stacks was in the big. He's going to let the ace-9 go. That is painful to watch. Too strong a hand. And not enough ICM pressure with just 10 bigs to justify this.
Could have been a decent spot to jam. I reckon you get ace-jack to fold this stage in the tournament.
Yeah, even though his stack is short at 10 bigs, it's kind of the stack that can put reverse ICM pressure. Why would Win risk losing his chip lead easily, considering the value of the chip lead at this stage of the tournament?
You know, and just rewinding about 6 hours in play, you know, just when I came into the booth, Win getting 3-bet and then calling down a triple barrel of pocket eights on the 10 high board for his tournament life has now seen him with a chip lead at the final table. Just how those small decisions, small but very tough decisions, compound and get you to these places.
Yeah, he's never looked back since. What a call that was. That'll make the highlights. Facing the 3-bet pre-flop, bet, bet, bet for nearly his opponent's entire stack. And he stuck around. An ace in the small now. Not a bad pickup at all. Gets his revenge from the person who picked up his blinds and antes with the ace-9. Yeah, this look at stacks is crucial. Alan Mong, who's frankly barely played a hand, at least since I've been in the booth. Hasn't been getting the right hands, to be fair, but he's been grinded down to 7 bigs. Target on his back, no doubt. He's looking to at least get the next page up. 15,000, 3x the buy-in. Almost 4x, actually. I feel like each player comes with a story here, Sam. At least I'll try and recount from the top of my head. You tell me. Ritwik would be the first Indian to win a Mega Lion.
Oh, yes. That is true.
Niranut would be the first woman, I believe, to win a Mega Lion.
Yeah, in the new era.
We've come close in the form of some heads-ups.
Yeah, Lily Tang.
Lily Tang
second place to Abraham Seasfin in the main event in Jeju.
That's right, Jeju, and then Vietnam as well for the high roller event. Working our way, I suppose, backwards. Renee won red. Not much needs to be said. Winner of the main event in Taipei.
Oh, Alan folding the big blind there. He's on 5 blinds. Had a decent candidate to stop and go versus the second chip lead. It could be opening a little bit wider. Man, it's going to get tough for the other shortish stacks at the table. You are not going to win a game of outweighting Alan.
Which actually does drive the action. No doubt they've picked up on it, especially with no defense in that spot. Not to mention some information gets fed on the breaks or sometimes during. And the players who are sort of going for the win will have to take spots wider. Sort of ignore ICM if you know that Alan, especially if he picks up a couple more blinds now, is just willing to ride things out. But yeah, speaking of Alan, would be a Hong Kong double. Reminding me of the Thailand double with Punat Punstri and Pachara Wongwichit with the main event. Walter shipping that one. And ace will jam. Ace queen for Alan Mong. Rewarded for the patience. Let's get it in there. Renee gets out of the way and the whole table will be anti-railing, of course, but very favorable shape.
All right, pickup plays in the high road. We do have an all-in call. Chung Win has ace deuce. Hai Hei Ying in from Hong Kong has ace queen. And is that risk? Can we see the flop, please?
Bit of a dance there. When Niranut king 5-4.
Flops 5, king 4.
Sweaty.
To the turn, please. Turns the 7 of clubs. At the river.
There's the double.
Is the 4 of hearts. Ace queen will get the full double up.
And Sam, you kind of called it. now the entire table needs to adjust to the fact that Alan Mong is not easy to wait out.
No, it's not. 11 blinds. Yeah. It's going to get tough. You're going to have to start taking uncomfortable spots at this point. Renee taps the table, says nice hand.
Niranut may be playing for her largest score ever, but doesn't mean she can't have fun with a rail. Did see her do a dance at the back?
Yeah,
or
we
maybe
did.
she was just kind of stretching. That's her way of doing it.
Looked like one of those Hawaiian aloha dances.
That's right. You know, I bet if Vidthwik ships it, we see the Indians do some dance, some Bhangra. You know Bhangra?
Okay.
They have a lot of Sikhs in Canada, right?
I think so, yeah.
That's kind of their dance. And
Okay.
it's by far the most energetic dance in India and maybe in the world.
Easy pickup for Ritwick.
He's going to show the ace, no doubt. He's still keeping it friendly. Advertising when appropriate.
Oh, it looks like a big pot on the final table of the high roller last chance. It's a 2K buy-in. Final 3 players. I know Lisa Wad has made that final table.
Okay. Would be the one all in.
I did see a funny spot between him, Punat, and another player on the button. I didn't quite catch the action, but I think Punat jammed under the gun with 7-5 of spades, or like leaving a chip behind. And then button called, big blind called. Maybe he was in the big blind, but ended up rivering the flush versus the Lisa Wad's top pair, top kicker. And someone goes, oh, Thailand number 1. He goes, Thailand number something, but not number 1.
Ouch.
They're having a lot of fun, those two.
It's called the last chance for a reason. If you've been itching to get in 7-5 suited under the gun, that's your last chance.
That is your last chance.
Punat took it.
All right, another limp. Or a raise?
Yeah, she's min-raised it. Seems to be implying that she meant to raise at least. And we certainly think she's being sincere. Yeah, the one-chip rule being applied here, but once again, I do think an honest mistake. It actually doesn't matter too much, considering she was going to raise to 500K.
Yeah.
And Ritwik was always going to come along with maybe like
May have
90%
even jammed, though.
range.
Oh, my goodness. Top 2 versus bottom pair, but 6-5 suited can sometimes reshove. Club draw now for Ritwick. Just over 1 big blind is the bet.
Very friendly price. Try and hit a club. 10 of clubs would be the best card in the deck for Niranut. Instead, it's the 8. Not amazing considering Ritwik could have an 8, but when you bet small, your opponent calls pretty wide. So, good spot to go for value. Doubles the ask from the previous street. Thank you, she says. You're aware of this pre-thanks?
I was not.
So basically, these two have learned from each other. When you're in the big blind and the action is on, let's say, the button, you just say thank you in advance. Thank you for folding.
Yeah.
Thanks for the walk. Ritwik would actually do well to take a look at his opponent as much as the cards. Especially considering the pre-flop mistake, honest mistake. We're well beyond the cards here, but looks like he's going with the math and paying it off, getting the right odds. putting her on a potential draw, and she gets to throw down, showdown, pardon me, and throw down maybe. The Jack 10.
The double thank you. I thought he was considering potentially turning his hand into a bluff. He does have some 9-8 type holdings. No bets went in on the flop. The 8 comes, he peels, another 8 rolls off.
This is just too cute to handle. So wholesome. I know what he said to his rail. He said she owned him.
Humble.
The rest of the table must be eyeing that showdown quite intently, considering she announced her intention to min-raise pre-flop. And then shows the Jack 10 off. Mighty interesting. Ace Queen now. Honest open under the gun. They haven't all been honest, but this one is. Pocket deuces come to mind. Not much to consider with this one. Or with the 8-7, I would think. Did not realize the dent that Win had taken. Was it against Renee? It's no longer the chip leader.
May have been. And also lost the ace deuce versus ace queen.
Yeah, against Alan Mong, pardon me.
Yeah.
So Ritwik, despite that loss to Niranut, remains the chip leader. High rail going crazy. 555s in the chat, as we tend to see. Those of you who don't know, that kind of means like ha 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 or LOL. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, is this what we've been waiting for? Blinds at 150, 300. Ace-9 suited. Good enough to rip under the gun, especially since we need to post next. This is also cheeky, but with 7-3 off, just giving Alan a bit of a sweat. And Ritwik has ace-jack.
Oh, uncomfortable. My goodness, why couldn't it just be one pip up? Have an easy decision.
Yeah, but I think he knows he's way ahead of Alan's range, considering how people jam UTG now. Also has to worry about Win right behind him. Do you just call? Do you isolate and try to price out the occasional better hand that wakes up? Or maybe, as you said, Sam, do you just take the easy way out? Not risk the variance. That's not Ritwik's style. He's just called. He's going to do the stopper range as well. And we spot ace-jack at the back. Shan with the same stack. I mean, this is just never calling. The risk premium at an absolute max. The only stack near yours is all in, has committed, and the chip leader has shown interest. And there we go. We're all in. Alan Mong now behind. Needs to catch clubs or a 9.
All right, poker plays.
Otherwise,
in the high
Ritwik
rollers,
will be
we do
the
have
outright
an
chip
all-in
leader.
call. Hai Ying has ace-9 of clubs. Ritwik has ace-jack off. Hai Ying is at risk. Dilla, can I get the flop, please?
Equity's a bit favorable. We saw the jack folded. Club. Oh
Flop
my
6,
word.
deuce, 7, all clubs. Hai Ying has flopped the nut flush. Shall we see the turn, please? And also the river. Ha Ying from Hong Kong will get the full double up.
That seemed like an emotional release there for Alan Mong, whose patience first rewarded with the double off, I believe, 7 pigs. Now 6.6 is worth 22.
You know, he came into the table with the chip lead at around this stack depth. Was crippled down to just a few blinds and has now built up back to his original peak. Did not take much.
He's second in chips. So the break-even bubble not burst for Renee and Ritwik. And the only reason I got reminded of that is because Renee looked kind of sick as Alan Mong took a seat. It's only right. The anti-rail tends to be so real. And look at the stacks up top, Sam. 26, 23, 22, and 20.
Yeah, followed by 12 and then 7.8 for Tran.
I mean, what does this mean? We basically don't have a chip leader. With the loss and Ritwik falling down to 20 bigs, Chung Win becomes the chip leader by default. But with just 26 bigs and not much difference between himself, Niranut, and now Alan Mong, how much can he work his chip stack? Mind you, Renee, second shortest stack now. Has opened the King Jack off, knows he can't just sit behind, even though he's not the shortest stack.
Essentially jammed it here for 1.5. But yeah, you know, ICM pressure a little bit off him now that he's the second shortest. So I think we're going to start seeing him make a few more plays, try to build that stack. There's not too much value in just trying to wait for somebody who's only got 4 blinds less than you to bust before you do. And then sacrifice a few spots.
Well, so far so good. King Jack. Steal goes through. Tens for Niranut. She's been patient, she's been bobbing and weaving. Did almost raise from the small blind, thereby showing her intention to change gears with the Jack 10. We just go with the standard open or something tricky. Oh, that's tricky. 3x. This pickup will actually tie her for the chip lead. Does have to post at the moment. What a run.
What a run.
Dream spot. She was on our feature table, and we were at the final 3 or final 2 tables, working a short stack. Then she goes away to the outer tables. You and I did the math on what the average big blind at the final table will be. Got a bit confused because everybody on our table was so short. And then you check the live reports, and it turns out she was the chip leader on the outer tables.
Yes, or no, it was actually Alan. But she was second in chips, about 5 mil. He had 6.5. So, what was that? Twice average stack at that point?
At that point, yeah. Ritwik, after suffering the bad beat, needs to center himself. He's seen it all, done it all in a day's work. Will open the king queen on the gun. Understands the 2 short stacks in the mix. Still plans to play his ranges. Defend King 9 or to not defend King 9? That is the question. Usually an easy answer. There's a few elements. ICM, the idea of being potentially dominated, as we do see she is here. And also these two have had quite an ongoing dynamic, and so far, most of the momentum has been towards Ritvik. No surprise given the positions. But there's a 9 right in the window, followed by a queen. This could spell trouble. This will spell trouble, because Ritvik will begin extracting. The board is plenty wet, and this should connect with her big blind defense range often enough. Once again, the check and the stare down. Niranut watching every move. And snap calls against the 525 C-bet. No king, thankfully for her, but quite a break. And what now? Can we play for stacks ever in this spot, Sam?
So far, yeah. We'll need a brick on the river.
Yeah, he's going for it. So he's chosen to go 1.425. Leaves 3.5 behind. I mean, this is nearly geometric, which is what I would expect if he feels with something like a 4, a 3.
She all in? Oh my goodness, she's jammed.
Oh my goodness. She's had too much. This is orbits and orbits of pent-up frustration coming out in the form of a check raise jam with middle pair.
And now what do you do in Ritwik's shoes? It was such a quick jam.
I mean, there's a simple rule that when somebody check calls and check raises, they tend to beat one pair. She's not even beating top pair here.
You're talking, of course, of the Beluga theorem.
That's right. Obviously, it is not always true as we see here. And Ritvik, with all his newfound live experience, needs to put together the fact that their dynamic is influencing this action. Usually it's small versus big, but right now it feels similar.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I can call this.
I think you have to, right? What
It's really nice not to have a jack or 10 of clubs or spades in your hand, as that's the most likely bluff would be the combo draw of jack 10. I guess 6-5 perhaps as well.
Well, I'm influenced by the fact that she's jammed way worse, but is she jamming worse queens? And I think the answer might be yes. Queen jack, queen 10 come to mind, perhaps even weaker. This is the crucial moment of the tournament for Ritvik Khanna. We're 6-handed. He has to risk coming 6th to give himself a chance to come first. Would be left with 12 bigs, and she seems so confident, I have to say, Sam.
She does. Didn't take long at all with the jam either. I think he folds this.
No doubt.
I know you said lower queen X, but I don't think she shoves worse queen X. I don't think he's beating value.
In abstraction, surely, because she shoved the king 9.
Yep.
But I see your point completely, and I know Ritvik likely feels the same way. At the same time, needs to balance it with everything he's picked up in this tournament so far. We really haven't seen anything like this from Niranut, and looks like we're leaning fold.
Oh, it's close.
He's being stared down by her. I mean, the level of confidence almost makes me believe that Niranut might think she's ahead. I mean, how do you just maintain your composure and keep staring down your opponent in this spot? Did see a gulp there. The nerves, no doubt, going wild inside. He's not actually looking at her. Once again, would advise him to do that. But this is the spot to burn all your time banks.
So for value, she's got like the 4-3 suited, queen 3 suited, a lot of turn 2 pairs. Not sure if she's calling 9-3 pre. Oh, there's a call.
He's done it.
He's going to get some extremely good news in a second.
He's going to be blown away by what he's about to see. And this is Niranut in rough shape. I'm not even sure who's at risk. Ritvik for sure, right?
Players, we do have an all-in core on the board of 4 spades, queen of spades, 9 of clubs, 3 of clubs. Ritvik has king, queen with the queen of clubs. Niranut has king 9. Both player has a pair of 9s and pair of queens. The ribbon, please.
She knows now she stepped into it. Needs a 9. And it's the inverse. And
River's a 6.
oh, wow, that
We
is
will get the double up.
quite gracious. You don't see that every day.
No, I mean, props to both of them. Going for it. And Ritwik, look at him. He's still shaking his head. Can't believe it.
That's his fellow pro Vikatala, but likely in shock as well. Ritwik needing to walk it off. We saw that with Alan Mong as well. Once he flopped the flush, just needed to take a walk to process the emotions. And we see Ritwik doing the same, and a great job by our production team to follow along. Meanwhile, Niranut managing a smile, a laugh. I am just blown away by the hand and the attitude of both.
My goodness, Vidur, what a hand. You don't see that every day, really putting everything at risk. And before, when she was all in, I could have sworn she was at risk, but I do remember, I think this hand she just became chip leader, so has saved herself 1.3 million back. Still got 4 blinds. She's going to be in a small blind next hand. But with that, Vidur, I'm going to take my leave. I'm going to take another short break, get refreshed, and you'll be joined by PocketKyles for the next hour or so.
Thank you so much, Sam. Glad to have you for the drama there, as we do see Ritwik check in with his reel, which included APT Championship main event winner Nishant Kumar, who had a deep run in the main event this year and indeed finished 5th last year. Mentioned Vikat. And one more hug. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Count me as a fan of Niranut Rajpuram, because she's absolutely won me over. I mean, how often does Ritwik just have maybe pocket jacks, maybe a hand that he convinces himself to fold, and she looks like an absolute superstar. Looked like he was close in that spot as well. One day maybe we'll get to ask him, but for now we have an outright chip leader. It is the ninja from India. No longer looking the ninja, with the mask off and sharing hugs. Just experiencing one of the best feelings available in poker, doubling up to become the chip leader and counting your stack. Looks like he's still shaking off what just happened. Quite a spot to come into, Kyle, because we did just see Niranut check raise jam, middle pair, nearly got Ritwik to fold, or so it seemed. Top pair gets it in with way the worst of it, and after Ritwik doubles up, she offers a hug multiple times.
I mean, she has just had the best spirits of this final table, in my opinion. Always laughing, always, you know, having this joyous, light-hearted camaraderie, even when she's losing pots. And, you know, before we can even go more into that, Renee waking up with the ace-king on the button. Gonna rip it in. Just 3.5 million. Niranut will make the fold, and Ritwik, Jack-9, just gonna let it go. Not a bad chip up for Renee, up to 4.2 million now. Niranut very short, under 4 big blinds. Notice Ritwik starting to run away with this.
We've seen the ups and downs. He did have the chip lead, not too much distance at the time from win, but did end up losing to Alan Mong, so certainly the average stack shallow. Flips are essential to hold, and anything can happen, but this is not what the table wanted to see. One way or another, really, with so many chips in the middle, but Now the ICM pressure that Ritvik can apply is absolutely insane because Niranut is down to 1.2. Might just get it in this hand. Hasn't checked her holdings, and indeed, we don't know what she has as well. 5 deuce though. Not going to qualify. Plenty of free hands to come. No worries. And now, how much does Ritvik want to start bullying? Well, he's woken up with the ladies. Is this real life? He's jamming. Effectively, anyway. Talk about balance, because he's going to be doing this so wide. Just 6 bigs now for Chan. Did he show? You got to show this, right?
You want to keep the camaraderie alive, right, Vidur?
Camaraderie, image. Hey, I'm not jamming light. I had a hand. Don't worry, you can wait out. Niranut's ICM pressure. I just had to do it, you know. Got to do, ladies. Didn't trap you.
Now, I was kind of out there in the main room. I tried to avoid giving myself any spoilers, but I did see, you know, the rail starting to build up around the feature table, especially as all the other tournaments come to an end. Everybody else kind of just gathering around their series is probably over, but if they know someone at this final table, that's where the hangout is beginning. And of course, a celebratory one. You know, they're already on the final table, getting deep into this final table in the high roller event, so even if their friend busts out, there's time to celebrate. Niranut, going forward again, is in the clear for the steal. There's the face-up fold. All the fun at this final table. So I was out there, and I was trying not to give myself spoilers, but it was pretty early into my break, and I saw Mikhail Anderson leave the table, obviously gone on the stream as well now in 7th place. I didn't see what happened, though. I mean, he was the chip leader for a hot minute at this final table. Really seemed like he could have kept that momentum going, but everything turned on him there. What was his, how did we end up seeing him leave the table?
It's like we said, Kyle, you do have to win your flips and your all-ins. I mean, Ritvik did get it in with the better ace against the ace-9 suited, ended up losing to the flop flush. You know, poker gods and the RNG decides a lot of fates at the final table, especially with the grind to get here. We reached here with just on the brink of a rollback, so on the shallower side than we usually are after rollback on the final table. Basically matched the 30 bigs minimum.
Yep.
And since then, the fact that there's still 6 players, I mean, I came in nearly 2 hours ago, and there were 7 players then. It's quite surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, incredibly. Ritvik picks up some more chips. Starting to run away with this one. And you see the rail developing there. Everyone hanging out at the tables. Some snacks, some drinks. It's getting boisterous energy just among the room. You don't usually hear this much talking unless everyone's bagging up, you know?
Everybody's lining their stomachs in case their guy wins, or in this case, their guy or girl wins.
Exactly.
Well, the uphill battle for the girls, certainly, after that huge pot. There it is. I mean, my goodness, what a time to pick up ace-10, because she's going to put in third for stack. Line on the very next hand. Let's get it in there. Can't save a chip behind, mind you. This is the right spot for ICM, especially with 5 players behind. Well, never mind the chip shenanigans. Pocket 8 for Ritvik. And this is very favorable for Niranut. He's always calling. It's going to be a flip, depending on what happens behind. The big blind ante and small blind are in there as dead money as well. So she has a chance to maybe get up to, well, let's do the math, 1.9, 1.9 plus 750 in the middle, yeah, 4.6. That is tremendous.
Okay, players, we do have round 2 with Niranut has ace 10 off versus Rick Wicks from India, pocket 8s. Niranut from Thailand has ace 10 off and is at risk.
Off to the races.
To the flop, please.
Where does the RNG go? It's an 8 in the window,
Flops,
and this
8,
is surely
6
curtains.
of spades, queen of spades, 8 of diamonds.
Gonna need
Rick has
runner.
flopped the set of 8s.
I was just sad looking at her. There's the
Turns
hope.
the jack of clubs.
Not over
Now
yet.
needs a king. Only a king. The river, please.
9 works as well, mind you.
River's
Not to
the
be.
3. We do lose Niranut in 6th place.
Well played from Niranut, and kudos to keeping all that joy and excitement on this final table, even when things weren't going her way. So close to being the first woman to lift one of those Mega Lions. Fortunately, we'll have to settle for 6th place. Still an amazing score for Niranut, $48,355 US.
She's wearing the sadness on her sleeves, along with the girls on her rail, and I mean, take about it, Renee. Truly inspiring stuff.
I mean, that is nearly all of her lifetime earnings combined on Hendon Mob in one payout. Nearly doubles it, just shy of it. And I think, you know, once you get over the disappointment of busting, they have some celebrating to do.
I miss her already. She got Ritwik to undo his whole ninja vibe, and instead, you know, loosen up and make a new friend.
Has he committed to keeping the hood down or his face open?
Oh, I doubt that. As soon as he picks up a hand,
Okay.
we zip right up. Mind you, the tiny, tiny stack of Tran now gets the pay ladder. Nobody was anti-railing more than him. Gets to get the ace in. Suited ace 3 is more than good enough under the gun, especially now that we're 5-handed. And the fold equity comes through as well.
Yeah.
8 bigs, as opposed to.
Our 5 remaining players did just see a $15,000 pay jump. Quite a hefty one, but they only get bigger from here. 17,000 is the next pay jump from 5th to 4th.
80K, potentially just a massive score.
And two of our 5 remaining are previous Mega Lion winners. Very high chance that we might see one of them lift their second.
Well, the favorite certainly is the Indian Ninja. And Renee, who impressively has grinded his way to the 5th place finish at the minimum, now breaks even. So Kyle, you were not in the booth for this, but both Renee and Ritwik were chatting how 5th place breaks them even for the series. And I suspect crosses it. Maybe it's a situation that 4th place, or pardon me, 6th place does not, and 5th place does.
Oh,
63,000.
Renee told me 6th was break even.
Oh, there you
Lion
go.
now.
There you go. Didn't
To be fair,
discuss.
you know, it's really funny because I was out there and obviously a lot of the friends and family and rail and staff are all out there. It seems to be that everybody is aware of this out there on the floor right now. They're going, hey, it's the break-even amount for Renee. It's the
The break-even bubble.
Yeah.
Now officially crossed, so now all eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
In case it wasn't to begin with.
I mean, but that's the beauty of poker, right? You can just be having an awful series and then it just takes one deep run. That's all you need.
Most of the chat still processing Niranut's exit. Some comments on the way out. I suspect we do lose some of the Thai rail, but for those of you sticking around with us, talk about being in the business and field down to 5. And Alan Mong, he's been patient. He's been getting it in favorable spots, not always once somebody calls behind, but it's all worked out so far. Pocket 4s were Win. Renee and Win, both with Mega Lions. And I'll let you in on another bit of booth banter, Kyle.
Yeah.
Our APT president, Neil Johnson, somewhat openly anti-railing the double Mega Lion victory. He wants to really stretch it out.
Oh, wow.
Really keep it as one of those
Okay.
impossible to reach goals, but no longer impossible. 2 and 5. And I will say we have 3 Mega Lions, so collecting all 3 to me would be the impossible task. Renee on the way to maybe collecting 2. When looking to repeat the one he does have. 10 Jack 4 would have been real trouble. 10 Jack 5, I do believe, maintains the advantage for Alan Mong. 2 overs got shot, and the pocket force cannot continue. Nice addition to his stack, nearly matching win now. Yeah, some cheers from Vietnam. You love to see it. Not only is it 2 out of 5 Mega Lion winners, but it's also 2 out of 5 Vietnamese players.
Yeah, really exciting for all the locals, hoping for them to bring it back home to Vietnam. A lot of nationalistic pride in these big poker tournaments, especially on the stream.
Yeah, I love it.
It's amazing.
I've suggested an Olympic-style tally at the end of every APT series.
Yes, you have. Yeah, it could be fun. Especially with such a global event, right? Get people from all around the world coming to the Asian Poker Tour. Renee looks down at a raggy ace in the hijack. Short stack still, just lets it go. Of course, not the shortest stack by any means, so. Wow, and 7-4 suited. It's just gonna get this through. Ritwick running through this table now.
No surprise at that open. He has half the chips in play. It's his job.
Yeah, well, we saw Tran fold ace-5 there. Only sitting on, what, 5 big blinds, I believe. He's the one pinning down some players on this table at the moment. Ah, yes, hood back up for Ritwick. I mean, it's working so far. The Silent Assassin is killing off this table. Can he keep it going all the way to the victory?
This hand is a real test. The reason to open it amongst others, 5-handed as a chip leader, you're very playable, but it's Renee on the big blind. Yeah, he's going to be very cautious with his chip stack. At the minimum, wanting to outlast shorter one.
Yeah, I mean, he's got nearly double Tran's chips, so. But that double is just, you know, not even 10 big blinds now for Renee.
Yeah,
Absolutely handcuffed.
But nothing you can do. ICM jail is a real thing, and he's going to respect it. And Ritwick put that all together quite quickly, opening the Jack-9. Win seems pretty handcuffed as well. Not happy with the way things have gone in the form of Ritwick now having half the chips in play. You simply cannot let someone of Ritwick's caliber run over the table. You see Abraham Season there talking to Addy, and I believe Joshua McCulley supporting his friend Renee. And an ace-7 on the gun. I do find that you do keep seeing hands being found under the gun because you're going to be in trouble if you have to post.
Oh, but big hand for Ritwick. Considering the jam is very small, I think Ritwick takes a spot, and there's the quick call. Ace-7 versus King-Jack. Tran will get it in good, but still needs to hold on the run out for his tournament life. Do we see another elimination?
We do have another all-in call.
Double up.
Ritwick has Jack King, King Jack versus Tran with Ace-7. Ace-7 is at risk. To the flop, please. Flop 7-7 deuce. 2 spades.
Oh, talk about lucky sevens.
To the turn. Turns the 9 of spades to the river, please. River's the 10 of diamonds.
Not even a
Tran will get the full
sweat.
double up.
And there you have it, Kyle. You do need to hold your all-ins. In this case, Ritwick was behind. So, you know, the dent to the chip leader stack can be fast and frequent, but I doubt he even felt it, considering how short Chan was. He will have to post 600K, so he's going to be down to still 5 bigs after posting?
No, no. I mean, he's got over 10 big blinds right now.
Oh, 10 bigs after posting.
Yeah. So. And don't forget, you know, I think a lot of people don't consider this. Like, you don't lose your big blind. You're still playing this hand. The ante is given up for sure, but you still get to play your big blind hand. Still part of your stack. Still part of your all-in or your raise. Or
So Renee now is going to feel the pinch, no doubt. Rooting against the all-in player there. King Jack makes another appearance. Suited variety.
Yeah, well, Renee is the new short stack. Officially, 2.7 million. Pocket sixes. I mean, not exactly handcuffed anymore.
He took an all-in spot against Win when Win was the chip leader, opening effectively from the button. This time around, we'll have to respect the UTG open.
Yeah, it's one thing if Ritwick's opening, but
I don't know, it could have worked. Could have worked. Don't know if Win was committing with the King Jack suited. I suppose we'll never know.
well, a lot of love for Vietnam in the chat. Chat Pro pointing out Joshua McCurry, not on the table, but is out there on the rail. Xavier throwing a PocketKyles in the chat. Maybe just saying hi. What's up? Love for PocketKyles.
All right.
Thanks, Xavier.
I'll match your sentiment, Xavier. Jack 3, not what you want to look down at, but when you have 15 million in chips, turns out it's going to be raised to the tune of 725 off the button. And ace 3 suited for Win. We're going as wide as Jack 3, and unfortunately running into ace 3 suited. Heads up to the flop. How much pressure does Ritwik want to put? 1.9 in the middle. Neither player connects. That's quite a fun fact. Mr. Kwan won the APT at the same day last year. Wow, clearly his lucky day, May 3rd. To the extent we will fact check that. Thank you for letting us know.
Some love for India in the chat too. Ritwick, the favorite to take this down at the moment, steals another pot with Jack 3.
That's Attaché, thank you so much, as always, for being with us in the chat. Yeah, I do see love for Ritwik. Expected more, I'll be honest. Expected more, Team India. I'm always demanding a lot from my country when I'm in the booths.
Ah, they should show up. They got you here, you know? They should be in the chat every stream that you're on.
They did show up in spades for Nishant's stream, I will say that, when Nishant Sharma won the APT championship.
That's true.
You keep hearing about people who watch it after the fact as well, which is why Sam did point out that we started a new stream. I'm glad we did, because after you exceed 12 hours on YouTube, tough to get the VOD for it. This one will be available for rewatch.
Well, let's see how far Ritwick wants to go. Apparently not as far as 7 deuce.
Build some credibility, fold one, steal the next 9.
Yep. It's the only hand he won't play. But it does open the door for Tran to jam the ace 4. See how quickly king 10 gets out of the way. Tran takes down another one, climbing out of the basement, leaving Renee behind. He has about 1 million more chips than Renee at the moment. Okay, maybe they heard you. A little bit more love for India now in the chat. They're coming in.
Yeah, keep it coming. I have a very high standard, so you're nowhere close to meeting. I expect more flags. How about this? I expect more stories about Ritwik. I do know him a little bit, but, you know, give me some background about his childhood, his poker prowess. Keep it PG-13, but feel free to embellish.
And there we go. A bit of love for our German champ, Renee von Redden. Thanks to Anna in the chat, or Annalisa.
Ritwik is opening queen, 7 of hearts. Perfectly reasonable considering the dynamics, and it's ace-10 for Chung. And he's having none of this. Each great chip, 100K. Looks like it's 16 of them.
I can hear APT host Adi in the background, getting boisterous with the rail as well.
See him sitting in the back, out of focus,
Oh,
in
yeah.
case you missed it. Yeah,
Go.
he's in civilian clothing, so you might not have noticed.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
exactly at the rail, he's just kind of being a raconteur on the table right behind. We'll see it when we do cut to the dealer shot. And now the 3-bet has come in. In ICM scenarios, you don't need to go too big with 3 bets, so when just getting the job done. Reminds me of the Daniel Negreanu small ball approach, especially with a massive chip lead. Just keep taking jabs, keep taking jabs. When you do see someone fighting back, okay to back down because the jabs are so profitable.
Samkot saying he used to play in Mumbai.
Did he now?
A little bit of a story. It's a start. Getting there.
Is that a story?
Well, we're greasing the wheels. Yeah. It's at least a little factoid.
That's once upon a time, and then more to come. Lovely to see support for Alan Mong. Let's go Hong Kong. Patience is the key. That man has certainly shown patience, and he's been rewarded one way or another. I mean, he did get in to the worst of it, but it was perfectly reasonable to jam. Seems more his style to understand, to ladder, and to try to get it in its spots where he knows he's going to have way the best of it.
Yeah, right there, dead center on the table in seat 5. Been one of the more quieter players at this table, at least socially. Just locked in, and Ritwik gets the walk with his ace.
Yeah, but with the blinds at 200, 400, Renee is in serious trouble.
Yeah, Renee is going to be cornered into a forced move sooner or later, but he knows it. Just waiting, kind of just starting to only get dealt trash. Just had the 10-3 off in the last hand. Even if you know the position you're in, you can't force something to happen, so.
I've just been told that Ritwik started early in his college days, and poker was one of the main things that he practiced. Well, practice makes perfect, I guess, but his college days, it sounds like it's been a decade-long grind. Was telling Sam he was sort of the rising star in terms of online pros in India.
Okay.
Not
Did he
much-
have a specific username that was notable?
Not that I'm familiar with.
Oh no, Renee, just absolutely nothing. Ritwik, who could just be raising wide anyways, going to be gifted with some hands on top of that.
It's the jam and ace queen for Chan, who seems to be waking up with the hands he needs. Let's get it in there.
Yeah, all excited, double checks that it's all in, snaps it off, and he is
All right, poker players, we do
well
have
ahead.
another all-in call. Ritwik from India has ace jack off. Dung Lee has ace queen. Dung from Vietnam is at risk. Can we see the flop, please?
I love,
Clubs, 9 of hearts, 4 clubs, 6 of clubs.
I love how Renee has gone around to
Dung
join the
Lee
rail.
has the ace of clubs.
I mean,
2-10,
he's
please.
anti-railing Tran, but this is very favorable. On the
Turns
verge
the
of a
three
double.
of hearts. Vidur needs that jacks to knock out Dung. To the river, please. River's the queen. Dung Lee will get the full double up.
Quick celebration as he accumulates now 7 million in chips. What a hard battle it's been. Grinding the short stack, which by the way is just not his style, Kyle.
Right.
He's more famous for being the most active player at the table, maybe even the most fun. Now he has some chips to work with. Blinds 200, 400. 7 million worth about 28. Oh, pardon me, 7 million worth about, we're getting loopy here, 17 or so? 2.5 bigs for every million. Okay, that sounds about right. Let's say 17. So Ritwik stack worth about 30. That's how it's.
Yeah, I mean, Ritwik's still, you know, even doubling up, not even the shortest stack at the table, still sitting in a powerful spot.
And that's an absolute cooler as well. Ace Jack to Ace Queen, blind versus blind.
Yep.
Not much either player can do, but the Vietnam Rail, no doubt loving it. The hopes alive for Vietnam in 2 spots. For a first-time champion of this event in the form of Tran, as well as a second-time champion in the form of Win.
I feel like Renee is just having a great time out there, though. He's every time there's been an all-in that he's not involved with, I see him like getting up, watching it with a smile on his face. Like, yes, there's always an anti-rail, of course, but I think he's just taking it in. I think he's had a frustrating series, and he's just happy to be in this top 5. Maybe now that he's finally profitable, he goes, poker is fun. Forgot.
Bit of an anti-rail too, though.
I'm sure. I know. I'm just painting the full picture of it.
17K for every elimination. Yeah, Win offering the easy exit with the pocket 10s jam against about a 16 big blind stack. Certainly there's a world where you can ISO with a hand as strong as pocket 10s.
Even shows the table.
Yeah, but now he's going to be pretty balanced as well, so his all-in should get some respect. Hands as strong as pocket 10s in there.
Yeah.
Don't want to incentivize your opponent to come along and see a flop.
Oh, we've got one of our writers, JJ, in the chat. Was in the chat earlier talking about being at the airport. Now in the chat talking about being home. Says, oh my gosh, you guys are still going.
Wrong guys, though.
Yeah. It's PocketKyles and Vidur Singhal. Come on, JJ. You got this. Had to be fair, he says hi to the bloggers, too. Still busting away here in this event. Miles and Tim. Shout out to them, keeping you updated with the live reports, if that's more your style, more your speed.
Renee needs to get it in there with the King 4 suited. None of the anti-rail has worked. King 4 suited did work to get him a fold when he 3-bet jam, and now pocket jacks for Tran. Just calls. About as strong as isolating anyway. Actually a pretty balanced play to the extent there's action behind. Not expected in the small. And unlikely in the big as well. Alan Mong will happily take the pay jump.
I mean, Tran often also takes a lot of time in some of these spots, so the call so quick is pretty strong.
From Dung Lee and from Vietnam. Renee Von from Germany has King 4 of clubs. Renee is at risk and needs that king to stay alive.
Abraham Stephan on his rail. 2 mega lions between them.
All right, can we see the flop, please? Flops 3, 3, 9, all suits. Still needs that king for Renee to stay alive. Return. Turns the ace of diamonds to the river.
And that's going to be it.
8 of spades. We do lose Renee in 5th place.
Well played, Renee. Congrats on getting unstuck in this series. Can't believe it took a 5th place finish to do so, but walks away from this tournament with 63,330 USD.
Not only a fantastic score, but this sort of repeat performance at the APT stage just validates how the main event victory was no fluke. The raw poker talent combined with the time and study, wherever he can find it, along with his full-time profession in Germany, makes him one of the players to look out for at every APT. As we do see Amit Kaushik on Rithwik's rail, he did finish 2nd place in the Ultra Stack, so bunch of series saver stories, it turns out.
There we go.
Renee, Amit, and apparently Rithwik, who by the way has laddered up to 4th place at the minimum with the chip lead. There's no more break even to be thought of. It's all about the 208K and the Mega Lion. And take note of the man who just eliminated Renee. Sean has just been bobbing and weaving the short stack. They double up to get to over 10 bigs, and now a force four-handed in this tournament. And the ace-king suited has been found by the tiny stack of Mong. Good timing.
And then there were 4. Everyone else remaining receives a $17,000 pay jump, 80K locked up. The next pay jump is going to be 19,000 USD. That'll be for a cool 99 grand. Just one short of 6 figures. And don't forget, our top 2 players will be receiving an APT Championship main event ticket worth $10,000 on top of their prize payout. So even a bit of a bigger jump from 3rd to 2nd once you throw the value of that ticket in there.
Take note that Rithwik is way below his peak chip count at about 17 million. So let's see if we can find the same level of aggression with a much smaller chip lead against the 2nd biggest stack. Has opened the king 6 suited. Pardon me, 2nd biggest stack is actually Chan now. 8.6 million. Comes along with 400K to call. Very strong holding ace-9, especially with the ace in the flop. Used to keep it a bit friendly, but we did see the double float from Win, followed by the jam on the river to take it down. It's actually the hand that Chan respected ICM the least in and got a bit carried away this time. Check calling with way the best of it. Win drawing dead and is sort of done with the bluffing portion of the hand, it seems like. Trying to get to showdown. 2 pairs now for Chan. And no bet. Gotta bet your own hands in these spots after the check on the turn. 9, not really a card that Win is likely to start representing.
Tran playing very quickly too in that hand. I don't remember him seeing him move this fast previously. I don't know, maybe a bit of excitement. Suddenly you've got a big stack of chips. You're starting to get some more hands. You're hitting flops. And of course, I mean, there's 4 players left in a high roller final table. There's a lot of reasons to be excited, but...
Well, how about being tied for the chip lead? How's that for excitement after that pickup?
Right?
I will say he's been playing pretty fast since I've been in the booth, in particular in hands against his fellow Vietnamese player.
Yeah, to me it seems a little bit not what I saw before, but maybe it's been balanced since you've been in. Not really a live tell.
I mean, the excitement can get to the best of us. Who knows where his head is at? Plays a lot in his local country, and I've played in Vietnam. There's a flourishing ecosystem of sort of low to mid-range buy-ins where a ton of locals and a ton of players come from all over the world. But this stage is very new to Chan, and he's certainly looking great whilst playing poker on it, but also now has found a different gear. Chip leader in the tournament. Suited ace 9.
For those asking, this was a $3,800 buy-in.
We're going to open this from the cutoff with all the chips that we've accumulated. Even though we've lost some big pots, 11 million is still very, very comfortable at this spot. There's the pickup. Tied for the chip lead once again.
And with the elimination of Renee, only one player remains that is a previous Mega Lion Trophy winner. Of course, Mong did take down High Roller last time here in Taipei for the non-championship series. Apparently to the date. I mean, if he finds a way to come back in this one, definitely his lucky day.
Yeah, I'd be doing a lot more than playing poker if I found out my lucky day every year. Look out, Powerball.
There you go.
At the very least, I would go to those hook claw machine cafes that you and I went to and really test how rigged they are.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if even you win 2 like high roller events at the APT, if you're lucky enough to get something out of one of those claw machines. I think that's still like another level.
Suited queen, the kind of hand that needs to be folded at this 13 big blind stack depth, not to mention $20,000 pay jump. And that is very, very tight indeed. My goodness, we just folded the jack nine of clubs on the button. That is very jammable. Alan Mong back to his old ways, but in the past, he was playing 6-handed, 7-handed, waiting for a very choice holding. In this case, as we can see, it would have worked, as it will most of the time with 9 big blinds. And in case you do get called, you have so much equity. That is a missed spot that could be worth thousands of dollars.
As it stands, both Ritwick and Tran tied for the chip lead, 12 million apiece. It only leaves about 9 million left at the table for the other two. But Ritwick with that big, cooler spot against Tran might have shifted the outcome of this tournament. Seemed he was running away with it. Here we go. The sub-10 big blind jam from Alan Mong. Ritwick gonna get a count on the button.
We saw this before in nearly the same spot. Alan did have the ace-9 suited, and Ritwick did call the ace-jack. This is a very different situation. Ace-5 is just not as strong. All the middling hands would have too much equity. Ritwick lets it go.
Yeah, not out of the woods yet.
And I will say Alan is quite fortunate to pick up this strong a hand on this spot. I mean, yeah, like he had to post on the very next hand, 800K. So what would we have been left with? 2.8?
Yeah, I mean, not nothing. You know, I think he still had 9 big blinds if he folded that hand, so would have been down to 7 if the big blind doesn't go your way. I still think people do that consideration under the gun a lot. They really value it as that big blind is gone sometimes. Do you find that, or does that maybe it's just the way the conversation goes that I find?
No, I hear you, and I've heard your pushback now many times, of course, over different series, and in this spot in particular. One of the problems is that you end up facing aggression. So there is this gap in poker, right, between jamming and calling.
Right.
And because you're going to get jammed on a lot or raised into, your calling frequency actually does go down. So it's not like you get to realize the equity of your hand. So it is a spot where you are in a severe disadvantage. That's kind of the point of the big blind.
Yeah.
And you have to post the ante in our big blind ante structure. So I hear you. I would count that big blind that you post as part of your stack, but maybe
It's not the same value
0.5
for sure.
percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
I
you're
like
losing
that.
it a lot. Losing it more often than most. Need to pick up a hand.
Yeah.
I forget the fancy name for the gap between betting and calling hands, but sort of the premise of tournament poker often.
I mean, you lose all fold equity if you're calling, so it's kind of the key difference. Spots like that.
Let's take one more sit rep as Ritvik gets the walk. The situation is thus. Could be that the Rose Gold Mega Lion goes to India. 1 in 4 chance of that, not counting the size of the stacks. Half the time it goes to Vietnam. In this case, one more to Vietnam because the man on the screen would be the first winner of 2 APT Mega Lions. Chad, maybe the remaining wild card in these proceedings. Not just visible from his live earnings thus far, but from his style of play as well, I would argue, and many of the Asian pros familiar with Chan from the Vietnamese circuit. So he's certainly announced himself on the global stage here at the APT, but 3 spots away from the true glory.
There's a strong pocket 9s for Ritwick in the small blind. Versus wins open.
Yeah, we're gonna rip. Effective all in.
Yeah, well, I mean, we still have Tran behind, so definitely a 3-bet. But yeah, as far as win stack goes, committing raise, but just gets it through pre-flop. Ritwick starting to gain on that chip lead once again. He's about, I think, 10 big blinds more than Tran now after that hand.
Ritvik alleging, I believe to his rail, that people are opening on his blinds a bit too loosely, maybe. A little bit of aggression there in the tone.
Interesting. Okay.
Between the rail, I did try to catch it, did bump up
Yep.
the audio in my ears, missed maybe the crucial part. Obviously, I do speak the same language as the rest of the Indians, and
oh no,
here we
Alan
go.
Mong at the wrong time. Jams ace-9, runs into Win Trung Kwan's pocket kings. Mong does slightly
Poker
have the
players, we do
biggest
have another
stack.
all-in call. Kwan Yun has pocket kings. Hai Ying has ace-9. Just double checking the chip counts.
I mean, we're just down to 3, basically
Kwan
either way,
Yun
right?
has pocket kings. Pocket kings is at risk. Hai Ying has ace-9. To the flop, please. Flops deuce, deuce, 5. Needs that ace for the knockout. To the turn. Turns the 8 of spades. The river, please. River's the 10 of clubs.
And Alan,
Kwan Yun will get the full double up.
Alan Mong might not be out of this, but is crippled down to 1.5 big blinds. It is still a big distinction from an elimination. Your last chip's the most valuable in a tournament.
We've seen so many fun spin-ups, not just in this series, but across the APT. But Alan Mong has to keep things in perspective. Did find the flush couple of spots away, a couple of eliminations away, has made some huge pay ladders that came down to a bit of a cooler four-handed. You know, when I was giving the sit rep, we sort of got distracted by hand, but should we mention that Alan Mong, who's made an incredible run already, now down to a handful, or rather 1.5 bigs, but could have pulled off the double Hong Kong Mega Lion Trophy. Still in with a shot, even though it's less of a shot now. The last time we saw this, I believe, was Thailand, and Germany. So
really?
Cont'd and Pachara,
Okay.
all the way back in the first APT Taipei of the new era, 2023. And then Renee von Redden and Martin Sedlak.
Oh, wow, yes.
So still the mildest, thinnest of chances for the spin up and the Hong Kong Taipei series.
You never know. Until Alan is officially off the table, his chips are still in play, and that will put a lot of pressure on everybody else not busting. And no, he is forced all in though, so not a bad hand to be forced all in with. See a king.
Is this going to end up a 2v1 Vietnam versus India fair, or can we somehow engage the spin-off? These two likely to quote-unquote collude, and that's a bad hand to see in the small blind for Mong's chances. Much rather be heads up with two live ones. No 4, no 10, king, 7, ace either, so hope still alive. And the king changes things ever so slightly. In comes the isolation. So it's going to be a 6 or a 4 or a deuce for a chop or the win. Hearts on their backs.
All in call on a board of Jack of Diamonds, 2 of Spades, 6 of Clubs, King of Spades. Kwan Yuan has King of 7. He Ying has King 4. He Ying needs that 4 to pair up to 2 pair to stay alive. To the river, please. River's the 9. We do lose another player.
And the 7 kicker will play. Unfortunately, the patience of Alan Mong only good enough for 4th place, but well played, sir. Representing Hong Kong well with an 80,340 USD cash out here in the high roller final day. That is a lot of money.
And now everybody guaranteed nearly 6 figures, let's just say, depending on the exchange rate of the day.
Yeah.
What a sick run for all these 3. We still have the previous year's high roller winner. I mean, just think about what it means to go back to back in this event. 329 runners, some of the best in the business. As we go straight to the action, 3-handed ace-king suited has entered the mix. Chan still with 11 million, 1/3 of the chips in play. All in from the ace-10. And Shan has him covered. What are we waiting for? Oh, no. This is an it roll. Don't think we need a count for this one. I get the spot, but he knows he's always calling. Ritvik. Maybe a bit looser in the language, although most of the world will not realize that. He's giving his team the update. I mean, this is turning into a bit of a sickening situation. Need to see the call here ASAP. Actually, Ritvik telling the Indian Rail that Chan has a tough decision, but he doesn't really, does he? A time bank?
Ooh, this is
Man, when
not what I expected here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty sickened when the inevitable does happen. Here we go.
Yeah, he thinks he's actually in decent shape, but
All in call.
We could be heads up as Rithwik lets his rail
Dung
know.
Lee has ace king of clubs. Quan Nguyen has ace 10.
16 million in the middle, and
Quan Nguyen is at risk.
the sweat for the first
And behind,
double
and needs
Mega
that
Lion
10.
winner on the line.
To the flop, please. Six of spades, five of spades, queen of clubs. To the turn.
Didn't we see something similar, three-handed in the main?
Turn now as the jack of spades. Quan Nguyen now needs that king.
spade.
Oh
Turns
my
the king
goodness!
Of hearts. Giving Quan Nguyen the straight.
Are you kidding me?
Giving the full double up.
Once again, Kyle, three-handed in the main event, ace-10.
Wow.
Bests a better ace. Not for the knockout this time, but nearly so. What a brutal turn of events. I mean, he was hesitating with the ace-king, maybe not wanting to take a flip. Gets the best news with the ace-10, and then the worst news on the river. That is brutal.
I mean, the chat certainly has an opinion on that run out. Going off there right now. A king on the river. Miracle for the previous high roller champion.
That is hard to even process. That run out worth tens of thousands of dollars. And Chan, who had spun up the short stack into the chip lead, now once again needs to find a way to repeat that performance three-handed.
Yeah, we were looking at a $33,000 pay jump from third to second. Rail's starting to go off. Don't forget that $33,000 pay jump also includes an APT Championship main event ticket, so more like a $43,000 pay jump from third to second. First place for those asking pays $208,000. Looking at a $75,000 heads-up battle. Ritwick takes another one down.
Rucker in chat says ace-10 doesn't lose in this APT FT. That's actually pretty accurate. It's been pretty wild when Neil was in the booth. We had a bunch of 10s and ace-10s in the mix. Looks like Rucker's been with us for a while. So think back to those situations and many others, including the main event, three-handed ace-10 busting the ace-queen. Yeah, JJ in the chat says, destined to repeat. It is feeling like that, isn't it? When the board doesn't let you bust, you wonder if it's just meant to be.
Well, with that wild turn of events, Ritwick also very briefly loses the chip lead to win, not by much. Both players have nearly all the chips in play. Tran crippled to just a few big blinds.
Got to do some math on this one. 1.9 to call, 3.1 in the middle. If you think you have two live ones, you got to go with it. His stack can certainly afford it. Yeah.
There it is.
And plenty of hope for Chan to once again make a comeback. Over 10 bigs in the middle.
All right, all poker players, we do have another all-in call. Dung Lee has Jack 5 of hearts versus Quan Nguyen's 8-4 of diamonds. Dung Lee is behind. All right, can I see the flop, please? Flops 4, 7, 5. Both players do hit a pair. To turn, please. Turns the 3 of spades. River. River's the 10 of hearts. Dung Lee will get the full double up.
Here we go.
Safe with the Jack 5. Chips up to 5 million. Win loses just a little bit. 13 million. Ritwik gets the chip lead back officially.
Can see and hear APT Championship main event winner Nishant Sharma at the back. Part of Ritwik's reel. It is an Indian thing, Kyle, for pretty much any Indian at the venue to come down and support. I was talking to our tournament director, Tyler, about this because he was kind of amazed. He said that, listen, I'm from the UK, and if somebody from the UK was about to win something, the last thing we would do is go support them. Probably some resentment and jealousy. And there's this concept of how, you know, the newer the ecosystem of poker is in a country, the more camaraderie there is between its players. Certainly see it with Thailand. I mean, the Thailand rail is just fantastic.
Yeah, got to be the strongest one we see out here, both online and in person.
Oh, this is getting jammed. Yeah, Ritwik is not letting this spot go. And here we have it, maximizing the fold equity with the pocket fours.
Well, I mean, you just watched him tank with ace-king suited.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, queen 10 hits the muck. I mean, you see that. What are you not jamming?
Yeah, in a way.
Right? Like, now maybe the stack discrepancies were different. Maybe he doesn't think the same way now that things have changed. But even still.
This is the view from the Vietnamese corner towards Ritwik's corner. Seems like a 2-on-1 affair. Totally agree with you there, Kyle. I do think Ritwik will not get carried away. Will still play his ranges, and that's because with all his online experience, he has plenty of shorthand experience as well. Has to feel he has an edge in this exact scenario. When you see the jams with pocket fours, he did not need to think about it too much.
Oh, this will be telling.
He knows he's supposed to limp this. Maybe consider folding it against an opponent like Chan, who's maybe not as aggressive in terms of raising from the big blind. A limp makes total sense. That being said, Chan finds the aggression at the right time. Great hand selection as well. Taking a raggedy hand and turning it into a jam. It's not easy, folks, to be in that spot. This doesn't come out of study. This comes out of pure intuition and experience. Chan showing how he's in this spot to begin with. After all, was just one unlucky card away from being the outright chip leader heads up.
Well, an ace for Ritwik on the button. Three-handed. One away from heads up.
He's going to be raising it. His raise size commits him to a certain extent against a jam, although I don't think he's going to call it off too easily. And King 10 does jam. Ace 9 suited has something worth considering. This is fascinating. The jam is fairly hefty. 12 bigs. And a call from Win, understanding how far ahead his range is. This also looks like it's committing him. Ritwik's not interested with the ace deuce. These two all in again. This time is Chan who needs some help. Can we see a reversal?
Quan Yuan has ace 9 of hearts. Dung Lee has king 10. Dung Lee is at risk and needs a king. Any king, any 10 will pair up and give him a... Can I see the flop, please? Flops. 6 of clubs, 4 clubs, 7 of hearts. To turn. Jack of spades. To the river.
That's it.
6 of spades, and we do lose Dung Lee in 3rd place.
A round of applause from the Indian Whale, fist bump from Ritvik, and of course from Win as well. Truly unlucky on that very last hand. Obviously, it takes a lot of luck, one way or the other, to end up in this spot. And looks like we have a 50-50 chance of a Mega Lion repeat here, Kyle. Ritvik versus Win. This is our heads up. Both players locking up a main event ticket at the championships to see you both in November and near even stacks. We will, of course, break for heads up as we set up that trophy in the middle of the table. And these two might just be talking some deals at these stack depths. We will be transparent as always. In fact, the APT facilitates any deals. But in terms of official numbers, we're either playing about a $76,000 heads up, locking up $132,000, or we're talking numbers. We will take about a 15-minute break as we sort it all out. Kyle and I still recovering from the madness going down from about 7-handed to heads up in dramatic fashion. About 10 to 15 minutes, as I said, folks. Do not go anywhere. Let's close this one out together. The APT Taipei series, the final event, and we're playing for the Rose Gold Mega Lion. See you on the other side of the break.
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
All right, once again, APT High Roller, final table. The blind is 60,000, 120,000, and 120,000 for the big blind team. All right, Julia, please, shuffle up and deal. All right, we have the first all-in and call, the final table of High Roller Final Day. Seat number 4, Mikhail from Sweden, at risk. He's holding Pocket King. And call by seat number 5 from Hong Kong, Mong is holding Ace King of Diamonds. So Mikhail just needs to avoid Ace on the flop. Julia, let's see the flop. All right, flop comes 9 high, 9 of spade, 2 of club, and 3 of hearts. Once again, Mikhail needs to avoid any aces on the turn. Let's see the turn. Turn comes 7 of spade. Once again, Mikhail needs to avoid out of any ace. Let's see the river. River comes 8 of club. Mikhail doubles up.
Players, we do have an all-in call. Ace Queen versus pocket sevens. Pocket 7 is at risk. All right, can we get the flop, please? Window, ace, 9. Ace Queen has taken the lead, needs the 7. To the turn, please. River's the 9. River, please. Sequential king. Ace Queen, we get the full double up. Alright, poker players in the high rollers, we have an all-in call. Michael Anderson has ace 5, ace of hearts, 5 of clubs. Quan from Vietnam has king, queen, king of hearts, queen of clubs. Quan from Vietnam is at risk. Alright, can we get the flop, please? Flops. 2 of hearts, queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds. King, queen is ahead. To turn, please. Turns to deuce of clubs. Michael needs that ace. To the river. River's the 8 of spades. Quan from Vietnam will get a full double up. Alright, poker players, we do have an all-in call in our APT High Roller Final Day. Michael from Sweden has ace 6 of clubs versus Alexander from Germany. King, queen off. Alexander is at risk. To the flop, please. Window card ace. Jack of spades. 4 of spades. Michael takes the lead. Now needs the gutty for the 10. The straight from Alex. Return. Turns the deuce of hearts. River, please. River's that 10, giving Alexander that straight. Alexander from Germany will get the full double up. We do have an all-in call. Both players are from Vietnam. Quang Chin versus An Tung. PocketKyles is at risk versus Ace Queen. Flops. 6 of spades, 4 of hearts, ace of clubs. PocketKyles will need that 5. To the turn, please. Turns another ace of hearts. River. River's the 6 of hearts. quickly get a double chop.
I feel like Mike Jordan, give me the rock and I'm scoring. Hey, came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Hey, I got a flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, I told them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know they're waiting to say. 402, we rap the game. I told them this ain't a game. Hey, we out. We out. We out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cuz we out.
Look, I ain't skating through unless they talking eight figures. Said I dream too big, about to do it way bigger. I'm the boss when I walk through, straighten up a sit up. I ain't never had to tell them, but they know that I'm that. Finish that. So many wins, I had to go ahead and bring it back. I like get my sons, go ahead and get the Similac. Yes, right when I'm pulling in. I ain't asking for the spot, I tell them better give me that. Taking no losses, can't start now. You know it's about to go up when I touch down. And if they didn't know before, they gonna know now.
Michael Anderson with 10 deuce of diamonds versus Ridwick with queen 9 of diamonds. Michael Anderson is all in at risk. Can we see the flop, please? Flops, 3 of spades, 8 of diamonds, ace of diamonds. Both player has a flush draw. Turns to 3 of hearts. River. River, the 6 of hearts. We do lose Michael Anderson in 7th place. Alright, Pego plays in the high board. We do have an all-in call. Chung Win has ace deuce. Hai Hei Ying in from Hong Kong has ace queen. And is that risk? Can we see the flop, please? Flops 5, king, 4. To the turn, please. Turns the 7 of clubs. The river. Is the 4 of hearts. Ace queen will get the full double up. Alright, Poker plays in the high rollers. We do have an all-in call. Hai Ying has ace 9 of clubs. Ridwick has ace jack off. Hai Ying is at risk. Dealer, can I get the flop, please? Flop 6, deuce, 7, all clubs. Hai Ying has flopped the nut flush. Shall we see the turn, please? And also the river. Hai Ying from Hong Kong will get the full double up. Okay, players, we do have round 2 with Niranut has ace 10 off versus Rick Wick from India, pocket 8. Niranut from Thailand has ace 10 off and is at risk. To the flop, please. Flops 8, 6 of spades, queen of spades, 8 of diamonds. Ridwick has flopped the set of 8s. Turns the jack of clubs. Now needs a king. Only a king. The river, please. River's the 3. We do lose Niranut in 6th place. Alright, poker players, we do have another all-in call. Ridwick has Jack, King, King Jack. This is Ace-7 is at risk. To the flop, please. Flop 7, 7, deuce, 2 spades. Return. Turns the 9 of spades to the river, please. River's the 10 of diamonds. Tran will get the full double up. Flops 9 of hearts, 4 clubs, 6 of clubs. Dung Lee has the ace of clubs. To the turn, please. Turns the 3 of hearts. Ridwick needs that jack to knock out them. To the river, please. River's the queen. Dung Lee will get the full double up. All in call. Pocket jacks from Dung Lee from Vietnam. Renee Von from Germany has king 4 of clubs. Renee is at risk and needs that king to stay alive. All right, can we see the flop, please? Flops 3, 3, 9, all suits. Still needs that king for Renee to stay alive. Turns the ace of diamonds. The river. River's the 8 of spades. We do lose Renee in 5th place. All right, poker players, we do have another all-in call. Quan Yuan has pocket kings. Hai Ying has ace 9. Just double checking the chip counts. Quan Yuan has pocket kings. Pocket kings is at risk. Hai Ying has ace 9. To the flop, please. Flops deuce, deuce, 5. Needs that ace for the knockout. To the turn. Turns the 8 of spades. The river, please. River's the 10 of clubs. Quan Yuan will get the full double up. All in call on a board of jack of diamonds, 2 of spades, 6 of clubs, king of spades. He Ying has king 4. He Ying needs that 4 to pair up to 2 pairs to stay alive. To the river, please. River's the 9. We do lose another player. All in call. Dung Lee has ace king of clubs. Quan Nguyen has ace 10. To the flop, please. Six of spades, 5 of spades, queen of clubs. Return. Turn now as the jack of spades. Quan Nguyen now needs that king. Turns the king of hearts, giving Quan Nguyen the straight, giving the full double up. All right, all poker players, we do have another all-in call. Dung Lee has jack 5 of hearts versus Quan Nguyen's 8-4 of diamonds. Dung Lee is behind. All right, can I see the flop, please? Flops 4, 7, 5. Both players do hit a pair. Turn, please. Turns to 3 of spades. River. River's the 10 of hearts. Dung Lee will get the full double up. All in call. Quan Nguyen has ace 9 of hearts. Dung Lee has king's 10. Dung Lee is at risk and needs a king. Any king, any 10, pair up and give him a... Can I see the flop, please? Flops 6 of clubs, 4 clubs, 7 of hearts. 2 turn. Jack of spades. To the river. Six of spades, and we do lose Dung Lee in 3rd place.
All right, once again, APT High Roller, final table. The blind is 60,000, 120,000, and 120,000 for the big blind team. All right, Julia, please shuffle up and deal. All right, we have the first all-in and call, the final table of High Roller final day. Scene number 4, Mikhail from Sweden at risk. He's holding Pocket King. And call-wise, scene number 5 from Hong Kong, Mong is holding Ace King of Diamonds. So Mikhail just needs to avoid Ace on the flop. Julia, let's see the flop. All right, flop comes 9 high, 9 of spade, 2 of club, and 3 of hearts. Once again, Mikhail needs to avoid any aces on the turn. Let's see the turn. Turn comes 7 of spade. Once again, Mikhail needs to avoid out of any ace. Let's see the river. River comes 8 of club, Mikhail doubles up.
players, we do have an all-in call. Ace Queen versus pocket sevens. Pocket 7 is at risk. All right, can we get the flop, please? Window, ace, 9. Ace Queen has taken the lead, needs the 7. To the turn, please. River's the 9. River, please. Consequential king. Ace Queen will get the full double up. Alright, poker players in the high rollers, we have an all-in call. Michael Anderson has ace 5, ace of hearts, 5 of clubs. Quan from Vietnam has king, queen, king of hearts, queen of clubs. Quan from Vietnam is at risk. Alright, can we get the flop, please? Flops. 2 of hearts, queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds. King, queen is ahead. To turn, please. Turns to deuce of clubs. Michael needs that ace. The river. River's the 8 of spades. Quan from Vietnam will get a full double up. Alright, poker players, we do have an all-in call in our APT high roller final day. Michael from Sweden has ace 6 of clubs versus Alexander from Germany. King, queen off. Alexander is at risk. To the flop, please. Window card ace. Jack of spades. 4 of spades. Michaels takes the lead. Now needs the gutty for the 10. The straight from Alex. Return. Turns the deuce of hearts. River, please. River's that 10, giving Alexander that straight. Alexander from Germany will get the full double up. We do have an all-in call. Both players are from Vietnam. Quang Chin versus Anton. PocketKyles is at risk versus Ace Queen. Flops, 6 of spades, 4 of hearts, ace of clubs. PocketKyles will need that 5. Return, please. Turns another ace of hearts. River. River's the 6 of hearts. Just quickly get a double chop.
making it out. Say that they got it, I'm testing them out. They hearing it talk, they ain't making a sound. Say they on 10, so I told them let's go. Swear that I mean every word that I wrote. Call me a dog, but I said on the gold. If this the Olympics, I'm taking a gold.
Michael Anderson with 10 deuce of diamonds versus Ritwick with Queen 9 of diamonds. Michael Anderson is all in at risk. Can we see the flop, please? Flops, 3 of spades, 8 of diamonds, ace of diamonds. Third player has a flush draw. Turns the 3 of hearts. River, the 6 of hearts. We do lose Michael Anderson in 7th place. Alright, Pego plays in the high road. We do have an all-in call. Chung Win as ace deuce. Hai Hei Ying in from Hong Kong has ace queen. And is at risk? Can we see the flop, please? Flops 5, king, 4. To the turn, please. Turns the 7 of clubs. At the river. It's the 4 of hearts. Ace queen will get the full double up. Alright, Poker plays in the high rollers. We do have an all-in call. Hai Ying has ace 9 of clubs. Ritwick has ace jack off. Hai Ying is at risk. Dealer, can I get the flop, please? Flop 6, deuce, 7, all clubs. Hai Ying has flopped the nut flush. Shall we see the turn, please? And also the river. Hai Ying from Hong Kong will get the full double up. Okay, players, we do have round 2 with Niranut has ace 10 off versus Rick Wicks from India, pocket 8. Niranut from Thailand has ace 10 off and is at risk. To the flop, please. Flops 8, 6 of spades, queen of spades, 8 of diamonds. Rewick has flopped the set of 8s. Turns the jack of clubs. Now needs a king. Only a king. The river, please. River's the 3. We do lose Niranut in 6th place. Alright, poker players, we do have another all-in call. Ritwick has Jack King, King Jack. This is Ace 7 is at risk. To the flop, please. Flop 7, 7, deuce, 2 spades. Return. Turns the 9 of spades to the river, please. River's the 10 of diamonds. On Tran will get the full double up. Flops 9 of hearts, 4 clubs, 6 of clubs. Dung Lee has the ace of clubs. To the turn, please. Turns the 3 of hearts. River needs that jack to knock out them. To the river, please. River's the queen. Dung Lee will get the full double up. All in call. Pocket jacks from Dung Lee from Vietnam. Renee Von from Germany has king 4 of clubs. Renee is at risk and needs that king to stay alive. All right, can we see the flop, please? Flops 3, 3, 9, all suits. Still needs that king for Renee to stay alive. Turns the ace of diamonds. The river. River's the 8 of spades. We do lose Renee in 5th place. All right, poker players, we do have another all-in call. Quan Yun has pocket kings. Hai Ying has ace 9. Just double checking the chip counts.
I feel like Mike, Jordan, give me the rock and I'm scoring. Hey, came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the day.
Quan Yun has pocket kings.
I told him out of my way.
Pocket kings is at risk.
Now they can't run at my pace.
Hai Ying has ace 9. To the flop, please. Flops deuce, deuce, 5. Needs that ace for the knockout. To the turn. Turns the 8 of spades. The river, please. River's the 10 of clubs. Quan Nguyen will get the full double up. All in call on a board of jack of diamonds, 2 of spades, 6 of clubs, king of spades. He Ying has king 4. He Ying needs that 4 to pair up to 2 pairs to stay alive. To the river, please. River's the 9. We do lose another player. All in call. Dung Lee has ace king of clubs. Quan Nguyen has ace 10. To the flop, please. Six of spades, 5 of spades, queen of clubs. To the turn. Turn now as the jack of spades. Quan Nguyen now needs that king. Turns the king of hearts. Giving Quan Nguyen the straight. Giving the full double up. All right, all poker players, we do have another all-in call. Dung Lee has Jack 5 of hearts versus Quan Nguyen's 8-4 of diamonds. Dung Lee is behind. All right, can I see the flop, please? Flops 4, 7, 5. Both players do hit a pair. Turn, please. Turns the 3 of spades. River. River's the 10 of hearts. Dung Lee will get the full double up. All in call. Quan Nguyen has ace 9 of hearts. Dung Lee has king 10. Dung Lee is at risk and needs a king. Any king, any 10. Pair up and give him a... Can I see the flop, please? Flops 6 of clubs, 4 clubs, 7 of hearts. 2 turn. Jack of spades. To the river. Six of spades, and we do lose Dung Lee in 3rd place.
All right, once again, APT High Roller, final table. The blind is 60,000, 120,000, and 120,000 for the big blind team. All right, Julia, please shuffle up and deal. All right, we have the first all-in and call, the final table of High Roller final day. Scene number 4, Mikhail from Sweden at risk. He's holding pocket king. And call-wise, scene number 5 from Hong Kong, Mong is holding ace king of diamonds. So Mikhail just needs to avoid ace on the flop. Julia, let's see the flop. All right, flop comes 9 high, 9 of spade, 2 of club, and 3 of hearts. Once again, Mikhail needs to avoid any aces on the turn. Let's see the turn. Turn comes 7 of spade. Once again, Mikhail needs to avoid out of any ace. Let's see the river. River comes 8 of club. Mikhail doubles up.
Welcome back to APT Taipei 2026. We are down to final 2 players of the APT High Roller out of a total of 329 entries. The total prize pool is 34 million Taiwan dollars, and first place will take home with 6.5 million Taiwan dollars. And now, let's introduce our final 2 players. In my right side, we have Yun Chuan Kwan with over 1 million lifetime earning, and he's APT Taipei 2025 High Roller winner as well. He's from Vietnam with 80,325,000 in chips. Let's go talk to him. Hello, sir. What's going through your mind right now?
Tôi rất vui để lần thứ 2 đúng ngày này năm ngoái tôi đã giành được con sư tử này mà tôi muốn lấy một cặp về cho nó đẹp.
What's your age over your opponent?
Bạn người Ấn thì đánh rất tốt, tôi nghĩ là bạn ấy là 50-50 thôi. Tôi chưa chắc được lợi thế đâu.
Last one. What do you want to say to your opponent?
Bạn hãy tự tin mà cùng tôi để giành lấy con sư tử này.
Sounds good for me. Good luck. In my left hand, we have Ritwik Khanna from India with 40,675,000 in chips. Okay, let's talk to him. Hello. What's going through your mind right now?
Nothing much really, because this is my first time in the city and just coming here and winning a tournament for the first time. I'm just grateful for that.
What is your edge over your opponent?
Sorry?
What's your edge over your opponent?
I think he's a really great player, so there's not much edge, but let's see how it goes. Yeah.
All right, I like that. Last one. What do you want to say to your opponent?
Don't babet me.
I like that too. All right. Good luck to 2 players. And Floor, it's over to you.
All right, the APT High Roller final day has up.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Asian Poker Tour. This is it. The High Roller final day is now heads up. One of these players will be taking home that rose gold Mega Lion trophy. We do have some updates for you on the break for heads up. They did make a deal. That means that, let me just double check my numbers here, make sure I've got it right. But Win Trung Kwan will be receiving 168,000 USD, and Kana Ritwik will be receiving 161,000 USD. So they do have to retain 10% to play for the winner. So they're still playing for a bit of prize money, and of course the bragging rights and that trophy. But this is it. This is how APT Taipei 2026 ends. We're back live in the booth, live here at Red Space in Taipei. PocketKyles and Sam Insole to close us out. Sam, here we go.
Here we go. So, folks, now that a deal has been agreed to between the 2 players, the levels will drop to just 20 minutes. So we're going to see the action pick up pretty quickly. They are quite deep at the moment. 14 million is the effective stack. That sees about a 35 big blind stack as the covered stack. So here we go, 6-5 off, going for the small bet. Gets the queen 5 to fold, very nice. Thank you so much, those of you who are joining us. Stayed in after the break, 889 of you. stuck around. Love to see it. The break was a little bit longer as we did have to accommodate for a deal. Here we go, level 33 of this tournament. It's gonna be a long one, folks. Buckle in. So Kyle, take a look at the APT website. I think these are the 2 players that are in the venue playing cards. And that is it.
Everyone else is either tearing down equipment or hanging out, having a snack, having a drink, and waiting for their friends to maybe take home this trophy.
Exactly, and I think now's a good time to shout out our final day winners. Hyperturbo wins event taken by Hoi Man Leung of Hong Kong. Woo Suk Kim taking down the Hyperturbo PL Omaha High. Who took down the Last Chance High Roller? Hey, Lisa Wad, Pakina Lisa Wad.
Oh,
Ninth
nice.
on our final table at the main event.
Done.
Takes down a Silhouette Lion for his efforts. What a fun guy. Got a chance to speak to him outside. Oh, hang on a second, Kyle, because the Labor Day Monster Stack still has 3 remaining players.
Oh, okay.
So 5 total poker players within the venue.
Is that here? That must be APA. I feel like I took a walk around. Didn't see anybody.
Yes, at APA.
So we keep both venues alive. A little bit of play going on here into the wee hours. Already Monday morning local time. 1 in the morning. Don't forget that they are still playing for that extra 10%. So it's about $34,000 they are playing for in this heads up. Still quite a bit of money.
Although I would argue, more importantly, the Mega Lion Trophy up for grab could be a 50% chance, maybe slightly more due to the chip advantage, to crown our 2nd Mega Lion winner.
Sorry, Ramir Filio in the chat there saying that Win already has a main event seat from a previous event, and it is a freeze out. That's correct. You can't use it for a second buy-in in the freeze out. Now, it did confirm to will receive tournament credit, APT credit, if you are to win a 2nd event ticket.
It's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, here we go. King 4-3, all diamonds, both players with a flush draw. Advantage win. Got shot straight draw for Whitwick. Queen changes nothing on the turn. Well, Ritwick has taken the bet and lead. 7-7-5 is the ask. Win obliges. 3.1 out there, just 6 high for Ritwick. Brick on the river. I think that's the biggest brick of them all. Jack 10 doesn't fill, 5-6 doesn't fill. Diamonds don't fill. Ritwick is not going to bluff at it. Check, check. Jack high takes it down.
Not a bad result for Win. As you mentioned, going for not just 2nd Mega Lion trophy, but 2nd High Roller Rose Gold trophy. We'll have a pair of matching Mega Lions. Imagine a trophy case with 2 Rose Gold Lions just on either end, towering over.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? What do you feel in the space in between, Kyle?
Books. It's like bookends.
Bookends, yeah.
It's just the very, very expensive, high-valued bookends.
Maybe not expensive. as you do get paid for them.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Very valuable.
There we go.
Bookends.
Yeah. I do have my 2 baby lions as my bookends.
Oh, cute.
But I don't have books, so.
Yeah, I mean, it does take a couple parts of that to make it happen.
Yeah.
Here we go to the flop. Ace, ace, 4. Win hits the pair of 4s. Quickly checks it over to Ritwick. This is live CTP poker. Bringing you all the action here to close out the series. Ritwick with 8 high, going to take a stab at it. Win with the check raise.
I went to go see if Ritwick was part of, or sorry, if CTP Poker was part of CTP. I'm not sure. Some gaming, but then also some poker shorts. CTP, one of our partners at APT.
It might be a different CTP there, looking at that branding.
Yeah, it could be.
Win really taking a bit of a lead here. 21 million in chips now. Good for 42 bigs. Here we go. Another flop. And another pair for Ritwick. Win with the pair of 8s. Puts in the value bet. Minimum 1 street of value. Ritwick holding a 7. But the queen on the turn. That's now 2 pair for Connor Ritwick.
Let's see if he can close the gap. Check, check.
Check.
How much can he extract?
Ritwick going for a large amount of value on this river.
3/4 pot is the ask.
Win in the tank with a pair of 8s.
Doesn't want to get pushed around. Not a great hand, though. We'll let it go. Good timing. Well, Ritwick doing a good job to close the gap. 14 mil to 19 mil at this point.
It wasn't too big to begin with, but Win just started taking down the hands right out of the gate. Could have very quickly run away with this heads-up battle.
Oh no, Kyle, the Labor Day monster deck has finished. There's a winner's photo. Looks like the players are just trying to catch up the amount left. But this is the final event of APT Taipei, our first 2026 stop here. Our final two players, the final trophy awarded will be for our high roller.
Just as Ritwick tries to close the gap, Win gonna wake up with pocket nines. No extra value for Win. Still sitting on 20 million to Ritwick's 13. $40 bigs to Win's name. Trying to get that 2-1 chip lead.
Well, that's a pleasant hand to look down at. The ace-6 of clubs.
No action from Ritwick with the queen 3. Takes it down pre. Still climbing, 21 million to 12. Every pot chip to Win gets him just a little bit closer to victory.
Oh, that's not a great hand to look down at. Price is just so good heads up. He's going to ISO'd once again. What are you thinking in Ritwick's shoes? You know, he hasn't had a chance to check the stream. Been ISO'd twice now.
Makes the fold. Doesn't try to level himself out of this. I mean, I gotta say, that's one of my favorite things to happen when I've gotten heads up is just suddenly the deck starts hitting you and you hope your opponent just thinks you're getting out of line and keep around and it goes perfect, perfect.
There's honestly no better feeling than running hot heads up.
Yeah.
Your opponent just collapses.
Yeah.
It's just a great feeling. But we also want to chat saying I played with Ritik kind of on PokerBazi, online poker. Would love to hear some more stories if you have them. I heard he had a pretty good year last year online. Before online poker was banned in India. Pretty quick snap decision that was too.
Still very deep for heads up poker.
And I think, you know, we've said this quite a few times on stream, but It's worth mentioning one more time, this is the closest we have gotten to a double Mega Lion winner. When Tran Quan did win this just last year in Taipei, our richest ever high roller event, and now a favorite to win the second largest high roller in APT history. What a run this man's been having.
Astonishing, and this flop just might help him out. Ace, ace, 7. Both players with a pair of 7s. Win with the better kicker. Won't always play, but 9, a decent card. If you can get a couple low cards to spill off on the turn and river. Not only will a couple low cards make the 9 a kicker, but it'll also make the 7 look like a very strong pair. And there's one.
There's one. Wow, look at this. Win knows where he's at. 2.5 million, 78%. Wouldn't 8 be an out as well? Ace, ace, 7, 7. No, because 9's higher than an 8. There we go. I got there. Bet and a call. Decent chance this chops. There it is. That's a chop.
But 6 million left for Ritwick. Ah, it does get checked over. Quickly check, check. Chop up the pot, but win Tran Quan. 22 million. That is double Ritwick's 11 million. Ritwick's still fairly deep, 22 big blinds.
Well, we do have some interesting news. Your poker guy, who was actually a guest commentator on our stream at one point.
Parth, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Ritwick Kana was also the captain of the Kolkata team in the poker sports team, sold for the highest bid in the league. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but if you could expound on that, that would be great.
Seven 4. It's again from Win. Ritwick raising up the 9 deuce suited, 1.7 million. That's the call to answer. Ritwick gets the job done. Climbing back into this thing. Go. Chat starting to get excited for the Ritwick comeback. Your poker guy saying Poker Sports League. 8 teams from different cities of India. Players are bid and acquired into different teams. KP was part of that. Very cool. Very cool. All right, a primo for Win Trung Quan. Ace Jack versus Ritwick's Queen 3. Ritwick did fold his hand to a raise last time. We'll do it again.
I must say, nice sizing from Win. He's found himself heads up once again. Last time he was here in Taipei was against Alex Weiss. Managed to take that one down. It was not a long heads up match, Kyle.
No, recall, yeah.
Those two just really going at it. A little bit of a slower pace this time.
I mean, the 20-minute blind levels after the deal will start to speed things up if the action doesn't ensue naturally. Go. So post-flop action, 10-8 versus Queen 9. Flop comes 4-7 Jack, 2 diamonds.
Tiniest bit of connection for both players. Inside straight draw for Win. Ritwick, a lot of back doors as well as the over to the Jack.
Coming in fast with the C-bet.
Ooh, here we go. Ritwick has grabbed raising chips. 1.9 million back to Win. How does he proceed? No diamonds, no hearts in his hand. Just the naked gut shot.
Ritwick gets away with one. Using that backdoor equity, turn it into a bluff. And still a commanding lead, 21 million to 12. It's a 15 big blind separation between the two stacks. Win just gonna rip it on Ritwick.
Nice. 20 big blinds, let's go. Folks, don't forget, if you did miss this stop here in Taipei, we are coming back at the end of the year, but in between, we've got an Incheon stop in August. Right after that, in September, we'll be in Jeju. And then Kyle, once again, back here for the championship event, the $10,000 freeze out, $5 million guarantee. We had well over $1 million for first place last year. And I cannot imagine we do not do the same again.
And keep in mind, that's just the main event. It's a massive, I want to say 17-day series we've got going on. Every one of our regular events is beefed up. It's got bigger buy-ins, bigger guarantees.
Yeah, so last year this super high roller was well over 20K. Our superstar from 25K to 50K. Our main event from 1,700 to 10,000. And so many side events. We have APA as well as Red Space coming up in November. There's no other series you should be at besides the APT.
It is going to be the best series in the world at that point in time.
Well, here we go, Kyle. We got 29 Evolution chats in. I'm coming to Incheon for the Lion.
Hey.
Which one, though? We are giving out well over 100 in Incheon. Baby lions, silhouette lions, and mega lions as well. Incheon, what a fun stop. You get off the plane, you're already in the venue in 5 minutes.
A decent resort too. I got to check out their water park nearby last time I was there.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Had a very nice spa floor. Got to try out a bunch of the different themed spas and relaxation areas.
And the price was quite reasonable as well for that, wasn't it?
Yeah, you get a discount too, I think, if you're staying on the resort, which if you're here for APT, certainly. There's always high roller packages we have too.
A king for win on the button. King 5 off. Proceeds with a limp.
King for Ritwick is suited and 1 pip higher on the kicker. Just gonna check. Queen, queen 6.
Well, very rare we're going to see a chop at this point. Was seeming quite likely pre-flop. Win. Fires in the C-bet. Back over to Ritwick. How does he proceed? Check raise or call? Yeah, kicker is strong enough. There's the raise. Look at that float, 7% equity. Here to fight and full house for Ritwick on the turn.
Oh, Ritwick. Gonna keep going here. Checks it over to win. He's gonna be betting into a boat. Only has king high. Drawing nearly dead. A queen on the river would lead to a chop. Ritwick go for the jam, and it's snapped off by Win with king high on the queen 6-6 board.
If he saw the hands, he would love it all in. But he just bet 4 mil, he's saying. Oh, that's a tough one. Man, what are you thinking, Ritwick's shoes here, right?
Yeah,
you just
right?
got snapped.
You just think that
He beat you into the pot. You think he's got a queen,
yeah, you just think it's game over.
right?
Trying to
But, you know, he did announce 4 million.
Wait, upon win already. Not sure what his rail was saying there, but stood up and gave like a fist pump of victory almost.
Well, I mean, he's snap called, right? You think he's got a queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Floor's going to have a discussion. Folks, we'll keep you updated when we have some more information.
Well, especially just given the dynamics of Ritwick trying to, I mean, you know, he did mean to raise 4 million, just trying to make it very clear, but
it seems
you know,
like
having Win trying to be like, no, like I called an all in, and it's kind of ironic because we can see the hands. They both want the opposite kind of thing
exactly
results-wise, and Ritwick seems, you know, obviously concerned. And oh, but here's the ruling.
You say you bet 4 million. You said 4 million.
Yes, I said 4 million and I put my chips ahead 4 million.
Tức là anh ý đã hiểu được cái tình huống này và nhà kia có nói là bet 4.
Okay, like immediately call or?
Để cho
Ok thôi, ok.
4 million?
So he's making 4 million.
Okay, you heard it, folks. 4 million is the ruling. We're going to go to the river. And man, what a tough spot now for both these players.
Well, also just the metagame going into this river.
Exactly.
Right?
You know, Ritwick might not jam for value now with the second nuts. He's only got 3.9 mil behind. What's the... Yeah, look, it just checks. Just snap checks. Wait, did he fold?
I think he folded.
Oh my goodness!
He folded.
He folded. Win does not know how lucky he got there. He thinks that he would have called a bluff and won. Wow.
Well, now I'm not...
Because you bet 4 mil, he thinks you jammed. He snap calls.
Yeah.
He must have a queen is what you're thinking. So when you check and he snap jams the river for just 3 mils of 15, you go, must have a queen.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to jam. Ritwick left crippled after that.
But I mean, given everything that happened there on the misunderstood turn, the whole time, Win thinks he's winning based on everyone's reactions.
Yeah.
He also thinks like King High is somehow a good bluff catcher.
Yeah.
And so he jams thinking, I just have the best hand here.
Yeah.
But the whole time Ritwick's thinking he's got a queen. And so it goes check jam instantly because they think it's face up at that point.
Right.
But it's like the opposite situation.
It's the opposite, and he snap folds the second nuts, Kyle.
Oh my God. No, and if you go back, like when they were trying to figure out what the ruling is, when Trent Kwan, he looks at his rail and he fist pumps like victory.
Yeah.
Like he won. And so how do you...
He was so confident in his read.
Ritwick has to check fold. You just go, oh, I got lucky, I have some chips left, but I ran into a queen.
Oh my goodness.
But not only does that have to happen, but Win also has to think King High's the best hand here. So of course I have
And he does think it is the best hand.
Yeah. That is wild. And of course, this is just from our perspective here in the booth.
No. We did see her say she misheard him. He said 4 million. She thought it was all in, and then he clarified 4 million. Oh my goodness, Kyle. What did we just witness? Wow. That is going to be the sickest ever rewatch of a stream. You know, we don't know what happened just yet. Players are still playing outside. Oh my goodness. 4 million left in Ritwick stack. Nine, 7 of hearts hits the muck. On about 7 blinds.
It's an overwhelming lead now. Nearly a 10x chip stack lead. Well, I mean, even if you're Ritwick, like, despite everything that's gone on, like, you got to lock back in. It's not over. You have chips in front of you. This is how it's
because right
played
now,
out, but
he thinks he got away from a cooler. He hasn't watched back the stream.
he showed it. He showed the King 5.
Oh, did he show?
He showed.
No, did he?
Yeah.
I missed that.
So he's like tilted beyond belief right now. He's flashed it right out like
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, and that's why I'm like showing the King 5, like, because I don't understand. Did he feel like he actually bluffed him there? But
No, I don't
can't
think so.
imagine you can
No, I
think
don't
that,
think so.
right?
No.
Like, I think he was
was trying to show his hero
the
call.
hero call, right?
Yeah.
That's what I. Okay, yeah. I think he's just trying to show how impressive his hero call was. Because that makes the most sense given how all the action went down.
Man, that is rough. That is so rough.
At least they made a deal.
At least they made a deal.
Playing for a lot less of a difference in money.
Here we
Well,
go.
Crippled
Right,
now.
we have all-in action at the APT High Roller Final Day. Shosek Liquid from India shows King 5 option. Couple stack Nguyen Trong Quam from Vietnam shows 6-4 option. All right, dealer, let's see the flop.
This could be it.
Flop shows 5 King 10. Shows that King with hit the top pair on the flop. And couple stack 4, 6. Ready for the street or running 2 pair? 1 pair and 2 pair. Let's see the turn. All right, on the turn, Showstack still ahead on the turn with a pair of king. 4, 6 open-ended for the player Zhong Guan. All right, dealer, let's see the liver. Liver shows queen of diamond. King 5 Showstack, double up.
Well, it's never over until it's over. Despite everything that we've seen so far, we're kind of still in the mix. Was down 10-1 to win Trung Quan. Wins a flip, 5.5 million. Less than 10 big still, but starts what is a very long road to come back in this one. It is very likely we see a repeat high roller champion. despite unless we can see a very incredible comeback from Ritwik, Win Trung Kwan is just moments away from taking this one down and lifting up his second rose gold Mega Lion. But it's not over until all the chips are in his stack. Here we go, all in again. Ritwik getting it in good both times. Can he hold a second time in a row?
All right, we have all in action. The final table heads up. Ritwik from India shows Queen 10 offsuit. Trung Kwan from Vietnam shows a Jack 9 club shoot it. All right, dealer, let's see the flop. Flop shows 10 ace 5, 2 spade, ace 5 spade. Queen 10 shows stack. Pair on the flop, Jack 9, looking for 3 jack on the turn and liver. All right, Uni, let's see the turn. Turn shows a king of diamond. Cover stack looking for queen to make a straight on the liver. And queen 10 show stack still ahead on the turn. All right, Uni, let's see the liver. Liver shows ace of heart.
Always a sweat.
Queen 10 shows stack top up.
He's back.
Canna wins 2 in a row. Still a 2-1 dog versus Win. And I mean, I think even winning 2 flips here, you can just see it in his expression. What has been a very fun and enjoyable final table for nearly the entire way has taken a bit of a sour turn, and Ritwik, it's going to be tough for him to stay composed. It's far from over. But, you know, he was left with peanuts, now has 10 million again. That's got to be some sort of a positivity to your mental state. Got to find it deep within. Lock back in, it's not over yet.
No, it is not.
And I mean, if I'm Win Trung Kwan at this point, I'm even starting to be like, oh, I had, you know, a 10-1 chip lead. Let's just end this thing. Let's get it over with. And then to double up my opponent twice in a row, see it turn into a 2-1 chip lead. Start to get a little bit nervous. I let this one slip away from me. But for both players, there is still a mission at hand. This heads-up match is not over yet.
Well, Win Trung Kwan in contention to be the first ever player with 2 Mega Lions. So close. Ritwik catching back up. You know, Win may start to feel like it's slipping out of his grasp. Still has a 2-1 chip lead. Oh, here we go.
Call it a comeback. Ritwik with ace-king. Even if he just takes down this raise. Just completely back from the dead. I mean, listen to his rails start to get back into this. The emotions of both players starting to shift. 19 million to 14 million. I thought this thing was basically over. And not just from the chip lead, but just the morality of it all, just the emotional state of seeing the king high after you folded the lower boat. And again, feeling like it was face up when it wasn't. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you just make an incorrect fold, but thinking that it wasn't even a decision.
He jams the ace-8. No dramas. Takes it down. And look at these stacks evening out. Win only has a slight edge. Man, that's not going to feel great. It can really feel like the win is slipping away from you at this point. Only has a 3 million chip lead at this point, Kyle.
Yeah, and I mean, normally your head heads up. It's amazing. Why would you be upset? But when you realize you had a 10 to 1 chip lead, had your opponent down to, I forget how short they were there, but definitely just a few big blinds or so. Suddenly they're back in this.
Oh, here we go. Queen Jack suited versus Queen 10. There's the rejam. Oh my god, he's called it! This is basically for the tournament, Kyle.
And Ritwick's got him dominated.
74%.
They could swap places from where they were just a few hands ago. If Ritwick holds, he now has the 10 to 1 chip lead.
Win might be down to 4 blinds after this hand.
That almost seemed like a frustrated call from Win.
It really did, but we did see this in his previous high roller win against Alex Weiss last time in Taipei.
All right, we have all in action. APT High Roller Final Taipei, hands up. Cover stack. Jung Guan from Vietnam shows a Queen 10 offshoot. Show stack. Lidwit from India shows Queen Jack of Diamond. All right, Uni, let's see the flop. Flop shows 5 of diamond, ace of club, 5 of spade. Queen Jack show stack ahead on the flop, and Queen 10 cover stack, looking for 3-10
A lot of
on
chop
turn and
outs.
river. All right, Uni, let's see the turn. Turn shows king of spade.
That's one of them.
Queen Jack.
Swapping outs.
Queen Jack still ahead on the turn, and Queen 10 is looking for Jack to make a straight, or 10 to make a one pair. All right, Uni, let's see the liver.
It is tied right now. Queen Jack not ahead.
Liver shows 8 of club. Queen Jack. Chop, chop.
Chop it up. Play will continue. Very even stacked.
Wow. And that was almost a complete swap. How many hands was that? I need to know how. Okay, it was hand 284 where Win had a 10 to 1 chip lead on Ritwick. And we just saw hand 289. 5 hands, if that Queen Jack suited hold, would have swapped a 10 to 1 chip lead in a moment's notice.
So same hand, just off suit this time. Goes for the limp. Check back from Win.
Wow, the emotions are swinging on this heads-up matchup. Ace 10-6 rainbow. Quick trek from Win.
So close to evening out those stacks at this point for Ritwick.
That's just it. Like, these stacks evening out means two incredibly different mental games for both players.
It really does. Despite being the shorter stack, has to be in a better mental state than win. You know, coming back from death twice in a row and having a chance to get way in the lead. But I think he's still locked in.
Well, and after that confusion on the obvious hand, like, I didn't think his mental state could recover from that. But suddenly, it's just 180. This
Oh my goodness, look,
comeback.
he's taking the chip lead.
Wow. And you can just see it in Wynn's movements. There is frustration there. Every fold, every check, every call, there's a little bit of an anger in it.
Could be.
Like even the Queen 10 call, it didn't seem calculated. It seemed like, stop pushing me around, I'm calling you off, you know?
I mean, we did see this last time.
Yeah, you were saying.
At his APT high roller win. Doesn't mind get it in, even slightly behind, just wants to finish it. An ace on the button for Ritwick.
He started something now. Just gonna rip it in. And Queen 10 suited. He called with Queen 10 off. Was it just a tilted call, or is this his calling range?
Tough to fold this.
Doesn't snap it off. Chuan Quinn gonna get the count.
This is a call for 20 big blinds. Does Wynn make the call?
Was using a time bank. I think he's kind of realized he was on tilt, and I think he knows this could be for the tournament here. Trying to compose himself.
I mean, Queen 10 suited doing very well. It's 20 big blind shove, although I'm surprised Ritwick is taking this spot. Just open jamming the ace-5 off for around 20 bigs.
I think maybe he just thinks Wynn might call lightly.
Oh, gets the fold in the Queen 10.
Wow. I mean, of course, Ritwick's rail going to be loving the fact that he picks up that one. But when they watch that back, you know, Wynn's the one who kind of gets away from it there. Not by much, though. Very close in equities.
Ooh, just folding the 9-6 offsuit on the button now. Momentum shift, Kyle. 19 million now for Ritwick.
Gets a walk with 5 deuce, and did you hear how silent that room went for a second?
Yep.
Everyone just in suspense. Cannot believe the turn this has taken. Far from over, but momentum seems to be playing a role. And a thing usually reserved for physical sports. Something about it, and even a mental sport, has its place. The room drops to near silence as Ritwick picks up ace-jack.
What a hand. This stack depth heads up. Will do well to just open, as he does. 1.9 million.
Chips going in. 10-7 suited. Any sort of action. Love to see it with ace-jack. Go to the flop. See a diamond in the window. 5-5-3 rainbow. Not a whole lot going on here. Just backdoor draws, but ace high is the better hand. Fires a bet and gets a quick fold. 22 to 12 million. For the first time in this heads-up battle, Ritwick is just shy of a 2-1 chip lead. It was down 10-1.
Oh, how the tables have turned, Kyle. Here we go. Queen 10 offsuit for win. He's just going to rip it. Oh, no.
The kings for Ritwick. This could be it.
Man, did you see that call? Stand up and flick it down. The swag from Ritwick as he calls with the pocket kings for the win, folks. 24 million in the middle.
Action. Final table heads up. Couple stack liquid Kana from India shows pocket kings. 2 red pocket kings. Show stack from Nguyen Trang Quang from Vietnam shows queen 10 offshoot. Right, Uni, let's see the flop. Flop shows 3, 7, jack, 2 diamond with a 7 of spade. Couple stack liquid pocket kings ahead on the flop. Right, let's see the turn. Turn shows queen of hearts. Couple stack liquid from India still ahead on the turn with the pocket kings. Queen 10 just hit the top pair on the turn. Show stack looking for 2 queens and 3 tens to win on the liber. All right, Uni, let's see the liber. Liber shows 9 of diamond. We have a new champion from India, Kana Liquid. Congratulations. The prize with a 6,526,000 Taiwan dollar.
Hello, sir. How does this feel win to you? How does this feel win this event?
I have no words. I literally have no words. I was about to lose this tournament at some point, and there was just some chaos that happened in the middle, which really played with my head. But I think at the end, justice prevailed. So let's go.
This is a huge win. What does this title mean to you?
This really means this is my first APT title, and I think this is my 3rd or 4th series, and this is actually a high roller, so it means a lot because the field was not easy. It was a tough field. So like just beating all of them and coming over here is surreal. It's like it's unbelievable.
How are you going to celebrate tonight?
Oh well, I might grind online.
Anything you want to say here? Friend, family, church?
No, these guys have been really supportive. They've been here for hours and hours, and they've been waiting. I wasn't like even lifting my head when they were just screaming out all the cards, and it just means a lot. Like these guys are like family, and yeah, it's a small community in India, so we're all here together. Whoever wins, it's for us. Let's go.
Go. Once again, congratulations to Riwikuna from India. Please lift your trophy. And also, let's welcome our tournament director, Tyler, and my lovely co-host, Yuri, to award the APT Championship main event ticket worth 10,000 USD. It's you.
Hey guys, look here. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Nice. One more. 1, 2, and 3. Can you come to the center a little bit? Right. Yeah. I'll move to the center. Yeah. Should move? Yeah. Move. Okay. Nice. All right. Let's go. Look here. All right.
What a comeback, Kyle. Ritwin has taken his first Mega Lion and the first Mega Lion to be awarded to India, coming in with the main event ticket as well. Tell me your thoughts on that comeback, Kyle. It seemed like all hope was lost, didn't it?
I mean, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Listen to that Indian rail go off the, I was going to say off the rails, but just absolutely losing their minds. I mean, you know, what I think was just an unfortunate situation there, an incredibly frustrating one that could have maybe ended this tournament earlier. Hard to say exactly how that was going to play out, and then to just feel so demoralized, 10-1 deficit, and then suddenly you come back and take it down?
No kidding.
How does that happen?
No kidding. In that headspace too.
Yep.
Like, wow. $170,000 was first. They did sign a deal before we came back from the heads up portion. $163,000 go into second place. But more importantly, the APT Mega Lion. The double Mega Lion has not been claimed yet.
Not yet.
This was the closest we have gotten. And my goodness, did we get close? Probably a 90% chance at one point to award a double Mega Lion. Yep. And it was not meant to be. That record has not been broken. There is still room for somebody to win 2 Mega Lions. On this table, we did have 2 players coming in who have already won a Mega Lion. Of course, heads up was Win, and of course, Renee von Redden. Yes. But that trophy still has yet to be lifted by the same person twice.
I mean, we thought it was almost a shoo-in. It was a 10-1 chip lead. You could picture it. It just felt like it was almost over. Okay, maybe he wins a flip or 2. Maybe he gets a quick little chance, but you know, his headspace is off. The chip lead is too great. And then suddenly everything just shifted. Even the mental space shifted between both players.
Yep.
And that was maybe one of the biggest twists I've ever seen in a heads-up battle at a high roller event. At least anything I've covered. I don't know about you, Sam. Anything we've watched, that was entertaining. We saw the chat go absolutely wild.
Yeah.
They just could not stop commenting on the end of that one. And we kind of keep doing it here. I mean, we had that championship series with John Constantino and the Crazy Bluff. APT starting to put a lot of amazing poker stories on the map. And wow, what a way to close out the series here at APT Taipei 2026. Couldn't have asked for a better team of people to do it with here. Of course, we have Vidur Singhal in the booth with us for most of it as well. And oh, it's just been quite an amazing ride here in Taipei.
It sure has, Kyle. That was it. Those were our final 2 players here at Red Space. That is it, folks. There's no more poker until August. Don't forget, book your flights. We're coming back, Incheon. And if you cannot make it to Incheon, if you cannot make it to Jeju, we will be back here in Taipei, one of our biggest stops ever, the APT Championship event. It's going to be even bigger this year. We had $1.2+ million for first, a $400,000 heads up, and a $10,000 guarantee. Folks, book your tickets. Get your time off work. We will see you there. Any closing words, Kyle?
Thank you all for tuning in. And a big thank you to all the teams behind the scenes who put this live stream together, producers, and everybody else controlling all the cameras, all the editing. But most importantly, you, the fans of the Asian Poker Tour, always tuning in, livening up the comments, railing your favorite people representing your country. We couldn't do it without you. You are what's helping grow the game of poker here in Asia. And we'll see you guys next time at APT Incheon. Until then, PocketKyles and Sam Insole signing off.
The turn. turn shows Queen of Hearts. Kabastek Liquid from India still ahead on the turn with the pocket kings. Queen 10 just hit the top pair on the turn. Showstack looking for 2 queens and 3 tens to win on the liber. All right, Unit, let's see the liber. Liber shows 9 of diamond. We have a new champion from India, Kana Liquid. Congratulations. The price with a 6,526,000 Taiwan dollar.
How does this feel win to you? How does this feel win this event?
I have no words. I literally have no words. I was about to lose this tournament at some point, and there was just some chaos that happened in the middle, which really played with my head. But I think at the end, justice prevailed. So let's go.
This is a huge win. What does this title mean to you?
This really means this is my first APT title, and I think this is my 3rd or 4th series, and this is actually a high roller, so it means a lot because the field was not easy. It was a tough field. So like just beating all of them and coming over here is surreal. It's unbelievable.
How are you going to celebrate tonight?
Oh well, I might grind online.
Anything you want to say here? Friend, family, church?
No, these guys have been really supportive. They've been here for hours and hours, and they've been waiting. I wasn't like even lifting my head when they were just screaming out all the cards, and it just means a lot. Like these guys are like family, and yeah, it's a small community in India, so we're all here together. Whoever wins, it's for us. Let's go.
Oh. Once again, congratulations to Riwikuna from India. Please lift your choice. And also, let's welcome our tournament director, Tyler, and my lovely co-host, Yuri, to award the APT Championship main event ticket worth 10,000 USD.
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. We the best, no contest. We the best. There ain't no one like cause of you dumb or you crazy. There's no way, G. Me and my clique, we handling biz while you and your clique just act fugazi. You couldn't persuade me to give a damn, this don't faze me. I got my Xbox, she can't play me. Money in a text box, I get paid. We the best.